did what?
Use this as a prop.
Oh.
Like that, I guess.
What's up, YouTube? YouTube live going.
What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? What's going on? Welcome to the Master Gas Talk Radio Show. You see, your boy Hendrix is over there, and Miss Sunshine is over there, and I'm over here, and Mo is everywhere.
Yeah. Mo late as usual. But y'all know that by now. If y'all been following MTG even a little bit, y'all know Mo.
You're gonna be late.
CPT time. And she love to talk about colored folks.
Colored folks. Colored folks.
But she got some colored folk tendencies.
They won't let you do it?
Not on there.
Oh, okay. Colored folk tendencies, huh?
Mm-hmm. And I feel sorry for those people out there at the farmer's market today.
It's so cold out there.
Yeah.
Windy.
It is so cold. I said, you know what? Now, see, I thought I'd make over my mama house after the show. I'm going home.
But my homegirl got a booth out there,
Mm-hmm.
and she sells cookies and cakes and pies and candy and all this stuff. And, you know.
Then get popsicles. Well, it's cold out there.
However, I must admit that the damn pies are good. The cakes and pies that she made me one last year for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It was off the chain. Definitely off the chain.
Changing to live, you don't want to. Oh, you just shown it.
Miss Tom. You know where you have the title Last Gas Talk Radio?
Nope, it's not gonna let me.
Do what?
It's not gonna let me record and do the like it did last week. Whatever.
Oh, shit. Like I'm missing something. And I am missing something. Yes.
What are you missing?
My vape.
Tell YouTube what we're talking about. Ain't got but a few seconds anyway, right?
Yeah.
Who's water? I want the water.
Mine.
You want it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll put it behind you. Alright, so YouTube, we're going to be talking about the government shutdown, the update, 28 days and counting. We're going to do some hot topics. Talk about these sold out R. Kelly concerts, because they sold out. Also going to talk about some local things that we got going on here right here in Dallas, Texas. You hear about the Richardson ISD have voted to.
It is recording.
Is it recording? They moved to vote to single member districts to settle voting rights act disputes impacting the community, because some of the after the zoning last year, some of the schools that were originally Dallas ISD are now Richardson ISD. So they have schools in their district with Dallas addresses, and so most of those children are minorities. And so the council members, or I guess, or maybe the city county people, I guess, that helps with decisions for the schools, there are no minorities. And so they filed a lawsuit against Richardson ISD.
Yeah.
So yeah. Talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about Prairie View, the latest concerns about PV. Did y'all see the article I sent y'all? It astonished me because I'm not surprised. Okay? I'm not surprised.
You're astonished but not surprised.
Because I would think that Prairie View would have come along a lot more than that, you know, and so that is kind of crazy, you know. So yeah, we'll go into that. Talk about this hotel dishwasher that got awarded $21 million because the company made her work on a Sunday. Ain't that something? So, because I always thought that people could sue for a company making them work against their religious practices.
Yeah.
I thought there was always, people could always, could sue. Miss Sunshine, what you want to do with your gloves? Do you need this right here too? So,
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just making sure that you can move around so you won't be like, ah! Or is it just me?
Yeah, we gotta get details on this parade too. What the hell we supposed to be if the parade started at 10 o'clock?
Yeah,
that means I know we gotta be there by 8.
You know anything about the MLK parade? Miss Charles, I don't know what y'all talking about. You know anything about the MLK parade?
Oh, she was just talking to me about it. Is this one?
What happened to the music?
What?
Well,
It froze. But I think she was just talking to me about that. I know it's Monday. I think the meetup is like at 9. I can text her and have her reach out to y'all.
Yeah,
She sent an email to me, but I can't find it, so I can text her.
she ain't sent no email.
Well, I think
She sent the first one, but not the second one to let us know where to come to.
Right, I only remember getting one email, so I'm going to message her right now because she was just talking to me about it on the phone.
Okay.
So I'll message her right now and tell her to reach out to you.
Yeah, just tell her, let us know so we know what to do. Thank you, Miss Charm. Love Miss Charm, everybody.
Yes. So yeah.
Ladies, is your vagina legal currency? I just asked a
You
question.
know, I believe that for some people it absolutely can be.
Well,
You saw what I sent you.
Yes, I did.
Was that in the group text? Yeah, it was.
I think it was. Yes, I think it was. So we doing R&B Male Grooves Part 2. The first song we playing is Quality Time by High Five. That's my song.
Okay, I finally got this.
Yay!
Yay! Well, we on Facebook Live?
We gonna be Facebook Live.
Yay!
You know what though? I want to turn that around because I like to be able to see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If you do it,
What?
if you back it up.
How is you watching, Mo? What the hell are you?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Mo watching, but she ain't got her ass in the studio.
You need to be somewhere close. I know that. You need to be somewhere close. What's up, Facebook? How y'all doing? What's going down?
Facebook,
Yeah,
YouTube.
we're trying to get together.
I'm gonna get those off the screen though.
Yeah.
Mo, you better get your behind here. We got 1 minute left.
1 minute.
And if y'all ever wonder why Mo always sitting over here in this seat, it's because her ass always late.
Because she always late.
She always late. Oh, and she commented. I don't know what she commented.
You know what? I ain't even see. Let me see. I'll be right there for you. I said quality time with you. It's today.
What?
What?
Because you know.
Stand by.
Because you know, they was talking about it on Facebook.
Oh, that's in Mesquite.
Yeah. So I thought.
I think there's like 3 or 4 different.
3. All right.
We
Good
live.
morning, everybody. Good
everybody.
morning.
Welcome to the Master Gas Talk Radio Show. This is your boy Q, and I'm here with the MTG crew. Say what's up, Miss Sunshine, to everybody.
What's up?
Oh, what? Okay. Well, my boy Hendrix is here today.
Hey, what's up?
Mo Swag is late as usual, but we're going to keep it pushing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Listen, join the conversation today, 214-717-4827. Topic of our show today, relevant conversations, MTG style.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be talking about a couple things real quick. First off, let's get some announcements out the way. Real quick, As you guys do know, the Martin Luther King Parade is on this coming Monday. The big parade beginning downtown. Beginning downtown Dallas, or is it South Dallas? End up in downtown. No, it's downtown. End up in South Dallas somewhere. I think that's on MLK Street. And so the After Party Radio will be there. And we will be joining the After Party Radio. So you guys come on out. You know it's going to be cold a little bit. So, we got there a little bit, pass out a couple of things so you guys can meet the MTG crew. Mo, of course, is not going to be there. So the 3 that you see will be the 3 that you see on Monday. So Mo, is never with us anytime we got to go somewhere.
And the bad part is, I know the schools are closed on Monday.
School, well, what she told me, she's going to be in Shreveport. That's where she's going.
So she's going to gamble.
Yeah, she's going to go gamble.
Okay.
I ain't mad at her. Hey, it don't matter. So, keep watch out for us on that one. And then again on Thursday, February 7th, the After Party Radio presents the After Party Live. Of course, the After Party All Stars, which are some of the winners from the After Party awards, are going to be there. Also, DJ Curdy and comedian Celebrity is going to be there. Tickets pre-sale are $15. The doors will open at 7 o'clock. So this is a live podcast, and I plan on being there. The MTG crew and myself, we plan on being there to go and support. Mo actually was supposed to be on the panel, but again, it's my fault. I don't care. Sorry, Mo. But maybe, the next time, the MTG crew will be able to entertain the people a little bit and be a little bit more raw on podcast land. So
and those are your church announcements.
Those are your church announcements. Wait a minute, what's that? We got to do what place is it? It's at the Brick House Lounge.
Brick House Lounge.
Brick House Lounge in Arlington,
Texas.
Yeah,
so that's where it's at.
Are you kidding me?
You want me to do it, Miss Sunshine? I do it. I get it.
I put that mess on. Do not disturb. There should not be any disturbances.
That's okay.
I don't know why people want to call us doing the show. Like, we had this show every week. We've been doing this for damn near 2 years.
2 years.
And they know from about 9:30 to 12:30, do not call me.
Don't call me.
Do not call.
You want to find out where I'm at?
Look, now they calling you?
Yeah.
No. My phone is just turned up, and then what happens is that, no, it's just that because the video's
delay.
behind. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Let me see if I can get this do not disturb operational.
Oh, it's okay. That's cool.
Oh, be careful.
And see, then, Miss Sunshine, you couldn't wait until the break.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on with the show real quick. It's already 10:08. Real quick, let's talk about the update on the government shutdown real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so we right now are 28 days and counting on the government shutdown. Right now, again, people are being impacted all over the country now. Of course, people are starting to really feel the trickle-down effect. Donald Trump said something on CNN this morning saying that he has a special announcement, I'm sure probably on Martin Luther King Day. Probably on the humanitarian
portion
effect
of the federal shutdown.
Oh, the federal shutdown.
I'm almost curious to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. Look,
sure
I'm sorry, but you have the NCAA National Championship football team come to the White House and you feed them McDonald's and Burger King.
McDonald's.
You ain't got shit to say to me. These babies, because that's what they are. I mean, granted, they're adults, technically.
Right.
But these are somebody's babies.
Right.
And they've worked their butts off to become national champions. And you feed them something they can get in their own cafeteria at school.
Right.
Wow.
Shoot.
And honestly, if you have any knowings about a football team in college, you know good and damn well they eat better than McDonald's and Burger King on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Right. McDonald's, Burger King, what else is it? Wendy's.
Thinking about it, that makes me sick.
And I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with you, man? Now, I can understand if he was like, hey, I'm going to foot this out my pocket.
Right.
But
no. Because he's a millionaire.
And here's the other thing. How many hotels and resorts do you own?
Right.
Why couldn't you get some of your staff to say, hey, look, I need something special. I'm going to get a little bit out of every resort. I'm going to have a couple people fly down to the White House, cook up some stuff. You have a chef in the White House.
Right.
Yeah.
You can say, hey, I'm going to bring in these extra people to help the chef out. because they know the kind of food I like. So they gonna help you prepare everything. Since you know what I like, got these all other peoples know what I like. I got everybody cooking up what I like in the White House. Let's make this happen.
Because let me tell you, I personally, and I'm not knocking McDonald's, because you know every once in a while you crave that crack, because there is crack in it. There's got to be.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for real, I would much rather have a gourmet burger with some steak fries
Right.
over McDonald's. If I'm going to the White House, I expect that.
I was thinking
Something nice.
even
with some truffle oil on it.
Yeah, even with the
Not truffle butter.
with the shutdown,
Truffle oil.
he should just bought them on steak dinners.
You missed that. You didn't catch that.
I really didn't. What happened? Did that go over my head?
Yeah, that went over your head. That went over your head. Don't even worry about it.
In the meantime, in addition to this craziness going on at the White House, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked legislation on Thursday that would have reopened most of the federal government impacted by the partial shutdown, and that was a post by thehill.com.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mitch McConnell, you know, is a diehard Republican, you know, and not only is he a diehard Republican, he's a diehard Republican, even if they so right, I mean, if they so wrong, he thinks they right, you know,
Right.
and I just don't understand Mitch McConnell. So,
This is where I believe politics really needs to change, because I'm sorry, if your party is wrong, you have to stand up. Somebody has got to stand up at some point in time and say, this is wrong. We all know it's wrong. I can't stand by my party
right,
when they are wrong.
right.
Because I'm sorry.
It has to start being people over politics.
Absolutely.
So you have these people that are so diehard Republican, and it goes on both sides, because it's diehard Republicans and diehard Democrats.
Right.
I don't want to just call any one team out.
Right.
However, right now the Republicans are in the spotlight, because at this point in time, you blocked the bill and you blocked the vote that could have possibly opened the government and got these people paid. However, you getting your paycheck.
Right?
Homie, that's a problem.
I have a huge problem with that.
And then I'm going to say this. Donald Trump, so Nancy Pelosi sent out the letter saying Trump shouldn't do the State of the Union address. Okay, fair, cool, fine.
Delay it.
Right.
Mhm.
Delay it. Touche. Now, when he blocked her trip to go to Afghanistan,
Right.
I feel like, okay, no. It was petty, but at the
But
same
it's,
time,
you
fair
know,
is fair.
Fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
But
Absolutely.
however, he didn't block his own. What's the guy name with that? He was traveling with his wife. And they-
Melania and them.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
no.
Well, Melania went on a trip too, but then there was another Republican that went somewhere and started a government plane with his wife and staff, and all these people wasn't getting paid.
Wow.
But he allowed that to happen. And then when he delayed the trip, he didn't do it in advance. He did it when they were on
day
the
of,
bus.
like hours before.
On the bus, headed to the airport.
Right.
Donald Trump is petty. You know, he real petty. You know, and Donald, I guess maybe the only thing that I could say that I will probably say that I like about him is the fact that, you know, he don't give a damn about nothing. I mean, you know, he don't. It don't matter
he does
if
it
you're
on
wrong.
a 2-year-old basis.
Yeah, but I know. But you know, President Obama didn't care either. But he was classy with his.
Right.
You know, Donald Trump is the thug of the presidencies. I mean,
I don't know. There's some thugs
no.
that got it better than him.
No. Because the reason why I say he's a thug is because a real thug know what they're doing and don't get caught. That's why I say.
But he's not a real thug then.
Yeah,
Well,
because
well,
everybody
yeah, I guess
sees
maybe-
it except for those who don't want to.
Well, you know, that's
You know, it's like that Bird Box theme, you know. People don't want to see shit. We try to open their eyes to it, but they just be closing them as tight as they can. Like,
Man,
oh, no.
you know what?
I don't want to see it.
Let's move on. Let's see.
Simone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Don't
morning,
get yourself
Mo.
together. Come on back in. Okay, that's fine.
So Mo Swag has kind of joined us.
She
He's in
kind
the
of joined
building.
us, you know, and she got donuts.
She threw in them Krispy
Well, you know
Kremes.
what? And she's gonna blame me for the donuts because I'm the one told her to go get them. But because I get those free Krispy Kreme coupons sometimes, and so I sent it to her and I told her to go get them. So that's gonna be her excuse. That's why she was late. Moving on with the show real quick. Let's talk about R. Kelly. R. Kelly on last weekend made an appearance at V75, and which is a club in Chicago. And when he made the appearance, it sold out quickly. According to theviralvoice.blogspot.com, it says that R. Kelly's career is not taking a hit from the release of the Lifetime documentary on last week. He sold out a Chicago appearance. R. Kelly made a scheduled appearance at the popular nightclub V75, and less than an hour after it opened, the club was so packed they had to turn people away. The club was filled to capacity with R. Kelly's fans hoping to show support to him after the devastating allegations in the Lifetime documentary. And the singer played it up for his fans. While he didn't perform outright, he lip-synced along with many of his songs. The club was filled with 80% women who were all there to support him. And then also it says they dropped a couple of Facebook comments on their page or whatever, and one young lady says, "Man, I'm so mad R. Kelly at V75 and I'm not there. I want to be held hostage. I don't care." And then another young lady, she says, "R. Kelly is sending V75 up right now." So now we know what's going on with R. Kelly. We all know what's going on with him at this moment. And at this yesterday, I found out that Sony dropped him. So Sony dropped R. Kelly, and so a lot of different things or aspects of his career is kind of falling down. But then his concerts are still selling out. His music is at an all-time high at this point.
Actually, his music peaked after the show came out.
After the show came out, that's why I said like it's up there. Like
I have to blame that on the fact that you have a generation who really are not as familiar with R. Kelly, and they want to know what all the hype is about.
I mean, that may be true. I think for some, but I think maybe for most, it's the fact that he's just.
They trying to find hidden messages in the music.
Well, that too, but then he's just R. Kelly. I mean, you know.
Well, I still ain't bumping him.
I mean, you know, I don't get me wrong.
He is not in my car. He is not in my phone. He is not in my earbuds. Nor is he in my JB Woofers.
It's kind of like one of those things, like, you know, I don't mean to bring up the late great Michael Jackson, but it's kind of like one of those things, like with Mike. Everybody accused Mike of messing with these kids and stuff like that. He was never found guilty. Okay, so we can say that. So allegedly, he was supposed to be messing with little kids, but people overlooked Michael Jackson overlooked a lot of that stuff because why? He was Michael Jackson. I mean, he's Michael Jackson. I mean, you know.
Well,
don't get me wrong.
But we all know the effed up history behind Michael Jackson too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you start to discover somebody's history, and I'm setting myself up. I already know. But you kind of see how he became who he was. He had no childhood, therefore he never grew up, i.e. the Peter Pan syndrome.
He did look like Peter Pan.
But here's the funny part. They said that he sexually assaulted Macaulay Culkin because they spent like a week together.
Right.
And Macaulay Culkin came out and said, he didn't do nothing to me. We was playing video games. And
didn't he hang out with Usher and
but
Alfonso?
And everybody came out and said the same thing. We was playing video games, and he's a big kid. That's it.
A big kid.
He's a big kid.
And I think too, you know, you have to look at the fact that, you know, when you have people with such financial status, there will be those few that will attempt to milk it for whatever they can get.
Right.
And ultimately, didn't they get a payout? On a,
I think a couple of them did. I don't know. Now I know for Macaulay Culkin, is that his name? Am I saying that right? Okay.
Dude from Home Alone.
Yeah, dude from Home Alone. By him being friends with Michael Jackson, it gave his career an instant boost.
Right.
You know, so you know a lot of the Home Alone movies and stuff, you know, really kind of happened because of Michael Jackson, and you know, for him because he was. You know, Michael saw that he was a good actor, you know, as a kid, you know, and it actually put him as the face of the new kid of America that goes through different things and loss and all kind of other stuff. So, you know, all of that, you know, is really kind of, you know, the thing with R. Kelly to me, you know. Some people, you know, are going to always look at him and say, unmute him, or mute him and all this kind of stuff. But the thing is, because we understand allegedly how he's supposed to be or whatever, you can't really separate the genius from him. And so some people still want to celebrate the fact that he is a musical genius. He is. No joke. I was looking for music I was going over the music, and what's that song by R. Kelly in Public Announcement? Because I was doing the R&B groups. We're doing R&B male groups, music and stuff like that, and so. Is that song with R. Kelly in Public Announcement. And I was like, dang, that's my song. And I just had to turn it for a second. Only because, I was like, well, we're going to be talking about R. Kelly today. Maybe I'll listen to it later. So, but I like him. I like R. Kelly. That's just what that is. Mo, you bring your napkins? What are napkins at, Mo?
It's for that bogus coupon you gave me.
That's not a good, it wasn't a good
fake coupon.
Are you serious?
Hell yeah.
It came to me from Krispy Kreme.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. I'll show you.
Me and the Krispy Kreme manager had a good talk.
Is that where you were? No, Mo. I know. Thank you, Miss Trump. I know you was not up there arguing with the Krispy Kreme.
I wasn't arguing. I was like, what other coupons y'all got? They were like, we don't have none. I said, find some. I'll wait.
Are you serious?
You want a smart receipt?
Anyway, so we was talking about R. Kelly, Mo. So we gonna move on real quick because thank you for the donuts, Mo. I thought that because it did come from Krispy Kreme, and I usually get those.
They said it was a fake Krispy Kreme Facebook.
Well, it didn't come from Facebook. It came from them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They said people been coming in all week.
Oh Lord.
I said they cute friends.
Might be. Real quick. More news, real quick, more hot topics. Prairie A&M University students faced with moldy, flooded off-campus housing. For those of you that know about Prairie A&M,
You said off campus.
Mm-hmm.
off-campus.
Okay.
Well,
Off
you know,
campus?
wait a minute, hold
Okay.
on, hang on,
Mhm.
because you do know
Mhm.
that Prairie View no longer has dormitories.
Mhm.
So you do know that their apartments are considered off-campus.
Mm-mm.
Yes, they
apartments
are.
on campus and then they got apartments off campus.
Well, Mo, it doesn't matter
Mhm.
if it says here Panther Hill Apartments. That's Prairie View.
No,
That's, yes.
No.
Yes.
no.
Yes, Mo.
I know. I don't want to talk though.
Mm-mm. I mean, I love our school too, but I'm just saying. And this is coming from ABC13.com. That's ABC Houston. 13Houston.com. It says Prairie View A&M. Dozens of Prairie View A&M students are angry over the fact that they say there are ongoing issues at Panther Hill Apartments. The property opened in the fall of 2018 in response to a university-wide housing shortage. Students told Eyewitness News that molding and plumbing units are the things that they shouldn't be experiencing in a brand new place. As students return from their holiday break, they believe that things will be better at Panther Hill. But some residents say that they're dealing with botched plumbing and bad fixtures.
Oh,
I got very sick and I got bronchitis in the 2nd of October, the second time in October, and I had to live in my friend's apartment in Houston. A senior by the name of Miss Ashley Johnson explained. Jackson also says that she's been so stressed about the mold and issues in her union that she had to get a service dog. Now I think that's a little bit dramatic. That's a little bit dramatic.
Look,
That's a little bit dramatic. However, let's
she
talk
said
about
what?
that.
She been so what? She
I had to
She
get a
said
service
she
dog
got-
because of my job.
She said she's been so stressed that she had to get a service dog because she got bronchitis for twice, I guess, in October.
So she
Or for the
had
second time.
bronchitis twice. She had to get a service dog.
I don't
She
think
got
that's
the
the
emotional
She
reason.
got a
stress of-
service dog and she has bronchitis.
I don't-
The emotional stress of an emotional support animal. That's what they're not saying. See,
What triggers bronchitis?
people so many don't understand the differences between an emotional support animal and a service dog. And that's why I think the article itself is misquoting.
Now they
Asthma,
they are
bronchitis.
showing pictures here.
Asthma and bronchitis. What triggers dander?
There's a picture of
So
her and the
why the hell
dog.
would you get a
And
damn-
do you see the mold in the apartment?
Mm.
Okay. So we're gonna post this on our Facebook
But that's what I'm
page.
saying. They've misquoted. It's different between the service animal and emotional support. She's meaning that she's got it because of the anxiety.
What kind of dog she
caused.
got? What kind of dog
It's
is
a
that?
mutt.
It's a
So Wawa looking thing.
some kind
It's
of
a
dog.
mutt.
A dog that Prairie probably gave her.
Dander.
Huh?
Dander. Why don't she look up the causes of bronchitis or what can irritate bronchitis.
Actually,
Well, Mo, you
mold,
say all this mold on the
mold
wall.
spores can
It just
irritate
depends.
bronchitis.
Yeah. The dandruff.
Animal dandruff. Yeah.
But let me tell
But
you
she
this
had it
now.
twice before she got the dog.
I
didn't
remember.
have it.
I remember sophomore year. What year was that? 2000.
No.
No,
1999.
That was 98,
99.
back before Jesus was born. Go ahead.
Back then when they were on phase 2 of the University Village. Okay. I moved from Banks Dormitory over into the apartments.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was back in the day. What the hell you doing in Banks? Banks used to be all girls. Go ahead.
Banks, well, you know, that was, you know,
Yeah, you
back
was
when they, I was there when you was out there and they had just covered up the slaves back there in the cemetery. But what happens is that, Mo, no joke, okay, moved from Banks, you know, which was co-ed when I was there, moved from Banks, got to University Village, phase 2. Now, phase 1 was good.
Mm-hmm.
They just built phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Phase 3 was going up.
Right.
All right. We were in the bed, you know, late one night or whatever, sleep, and we just started hearing a lot of knocking. It was like, what is that noise? We got up, and the toilet, the tub, and the sink was backing up. So of course, the school moved all 4 of us out of the room. You know, because, you know, well, out of that whole side of the building, because the way that they're connected, you know how apartments are connected.
Right.
But at Prairie View, it's like, you know, you got University phase 1, and then it just kind of lap over into phase 2, and then you got a whole few more other buildings. So it's like they combined them, or like build a new set on right next to the old set,
Right.
if that makes sense. And so that's what part I was in, and so we were still having issues, even though we were in phase 2. We were still part of phase 1, and so they eventually started saying phase 1 and 2. But the point is that this is nothing new with Prairie View having issues with University Village, or Panther Hill Apartments is what they're calling it now. I remember when they built phase 3, the very back building 14 in phase 3 was leaning because they did not build it properly, and they had to shut that post phase down until they got that fixed.
Wow.
So Prairie View, come on.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yes, Mo. No, because
It's Panther Quarters?
huh?
Is it Panther Apartments? What-
Panther Hill Apartments, formerly known as University Village.
I wouldn't know.
I mean, University Village, formerly known. I mean, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. So the thing is that we want the students to have a good experience when they go away, you know. And if that's the case, you should have left up the nasty dormitories and then just kept throwing bleach on them rocks like they've been doing.
Here's the
if
problem.
you're not gonna do right,
Everybody thinks that bleach kills mold.
it doesn't.
It doesn't. Only thing bleach does is change the color of it.
Gross.
So bleach does not kill mold.
Now, how do you kill mold?
You kill mold. Number 1, you have to scrub. Number 2, you actually have to get the mold out. So whatever the mold is attached to, mold is a spore-forming organism, which means that anytime you move or mess with it, those spores come up. You might see them as dust particles.
Right.
Those are spores that actually spread the mold.
Right.
So you cannot, the only way to really, really get rid of mold is to actually demo whatever the mold is, and you have to cover up everything with plastic, and then you have to thoroughly clean it out. You have to be very hygienic when it comes to getting rid of mold. You have to be very systematic, because bleach will only change the color of it. But here's what I'll tell you. If you think bleach in itself, bleach is actually a sanitizer. It is not a cleaner. There's a difference between cleaning and sanitizing. And everybody doesn't understand that. When you clean something, it's visual. It's cleaned on the surface.
Right.
To sanitize something means that, okay, you take it down to the microbial level. Now, when you clean, you clean something, it's visual, it's surface. This will get rid of the big bacteria, the things that you can see, big particles. It'll get rid of that. When you sanitize, that's the point where bleach becomes effective. However, in the black community, most people do not use bleach effectively. They'll use a 50-50 mixture of bleach and water. Bleach is no longer...
way too much.
I understand that. But people need to understand that is not the most effective way to use bleach. The reason is because bleach contains a molecule called chlorine. Chlorine is a radical. anytime you expose a radical to light, it reacts and it reduces its half-life. So it's therefore no longer effective. The best way to use bleach, if you're using it to sanitize, is a 1 part bleach, 10 parts water. This way, the chlorine molecules actually will react with hydrogen and they'll stay there a lot longer.
Okay, so hold on. So 1 cup of bleach and 10 cups of water.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
That is the most effective way to use bleach.
Just not straight on.
No. No.
Just don't pour it in
No.
your dishwasher liquid.
No.
Just don't pour it in your dishwasher.
No.
Just don't pour it in your bathtub.
No.
Just don't pour it in your
No.
The all things you've been
No.
doing, Mo.
No.
You and me, both.
But and this is what you need to understand. When you pour bleach into your washing machine, like most people do to do their whites, your washing machine is actually set so where the maximum bleach you can put in there will actually be 1/10 of the amount of water that washing machine can hold. So it's already set up like that. If you pour bleach into the little container in your dishwasher, it's also set up the exact same way. So only 1/10, it will be the most effective manner. If you just fill that little compartment up with bleach, it'll only be about 10%.
So they knew there were fools like me going around pouring bleach like, okay, good.
So real quick, while we were talking about, how many parts bleach and stuff to use and molecules and mold spores, I think it's time to go to break.
Okay. Let's go to break.
Well,
I'm
real
sorry,
quick.
I had to introduce you to, I gotta give you a little something.
No, I'm glad you did because I'm gonna tell you something. I mean, the old folks used to put bleach in their bath water.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, so hey, I need to know how to use bleach.
Yeah.
Don't y'all not think y'all need to know how to use bleach too?
You don't
This
wanna
is
overuse
informative.
it.
So real quick, before we go to break, I just want to read this article from Mo, so she'll know what to say to her second job. When she don't feel like she needs to go to work.
You gonna like this one, Mo?
Hotel dishwasher awarded $21 million after her boss made her work on Sundays.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that, huh? So according to what is this?
But that
NBC.com.
was her religious convictions, right?
This is her religious convictions, but what happens is it says that her employer violated her religious rights by repeatedly scheduling her to work on Sundays and ultimately firing her. They awarded her $21 million for punitive damages. All right. So just in case, I just want to let y'all know, that if you tell your employer, I guess, what your religious practices are in advance before you take the job, they legally cannot continue you to schedule you on those days that you practice, i.e. church is on Sundays, or they have to help you out with it. For example, if you can't go
Saturday Adventist on Saturday.
right, or if you for example go morning service, you work that evening. So stuff like that, so according to this lady here, they continuously made her work on the Sunday and she got $21 million for it.
So do you know what's going to happen now?
A whole lot of folks will start getting paid. Why?
A whole lot of folks starting not getting hired.
Or the ones, the Christian people that go in there talking about Jesus with their Bibles open on their desk.
Their hours are going to get cut. That's okay. So let her spread that 21 million.
She ain't gonna spread that.
Less than 34%.
She ain't gonna spread that 20 million. She gonna take 10% and she gonna give it to that church.
And
That's
then
what's
the government
gonna
take 34. Is it 34?
34 and a half.
It's 34 and a half because you the millionaire man, so you know that.
Why you put my business out?
Because I'm trying to get you married off. I got that purple dress, baby. I got that purple dress with that Spanx and
All right.
the J Renee shoes.
All
Let's
right.
go to break.
Let's go to break
So
real
why y'all
quick.
don't listen to
We're gonna be listening. Well, again, we're gonna be doing R&B with Miss Sunshine. I guess she have to go. We're gonna be doing R&B male groups, and so we're doing "If You Love Me" by Mint Condition. Then we'll be right back in about 5 minutes. Facebook.
Condition.
Oh my
What?
God.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right
We'll
back.
be right back.
Who is mint condition?
I
So
cannot believe
YouTube
this.
Live,
I can't
Facebook
believe
Live.
this.
Facebook
Oh, you
Live
asked
You
wasn't-
get you gotta back it up. So.
Yeah, Facebook Live wasn't working a minute ago.
What if you turn it sideways?
It won't do that.
Oh.
Remember,
Try that.
Facebook is
I don't know.
funky like that.
Maybe, or if you want, can
No,
you
I
go?
just wanted to make sure that Mo got in the shot.
You can move
No,
my
no,
bag
I'm
if
good.
you need to.
I would say if you move
I'm
Reggie's
good.
bag, you can't. No, Mo, you can't. You have to be on camera,
No,
Mo.
for real, I'm good. Okay, when you're on camera.
Why are you acting like Mallory right now?
Man.
Did, tell them what
Everybody
Mallory did
dizzy
to you.
now? Everybody dizzy?
Yeah, I mean, are you gonna be in camera?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I split up to the
Yeah, I
table.
saw that.
Oh,
Thank you for the donuts, Mo. I really did not. I mean, honestly, that did come from Krispy Kreme.
he gave me $2 off though,
Yeah, scoot up.
and a free donut.
You must have went to raising hell.
Look
I went
at
inside.
Look
Don't
at-
ever go in the drive-thru.
look
Oh,
at
Right.
your emails. Because this is something I've been getting a lot of spam from, like Apple. I don't even have an Apple account.
Me either.
Fidelity Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
The hell? So what I do is when I open the email, I check the details to see what email address it came from,
Mhm.
and then block and spam, block and spam.
I had printing cards in 2007. That motherfucker's cold. Yeah, I mean, you gotta admit, it's 2019, and it still look good. You know what I'm saying?
My Lexus is a 07.
See? Well, yeah, but it ain't ready. So
What, Mo? What's
you
wrong?
read my
She
car.
talking about Rod.
Rod wrecked the car.
Oh yeah, you were you not happy about that? Because I know you went in an uproar.
Oh, that was 2007. They don't make them no more.
But can they just pull the dents out of it and then just repaint it?
They can actually
Restructure the doors when I'm saying.
No, no.
Oh no.
the panels they can switch that out.
Okay.
But the rest of the car is gonna be a different. I mean, Jesus.
How much you got to pay? Your deductible and that's it.
I don't know.
You don't know.
You take care of that.
What?
I don't know.
You that fault.
Let me shut the hell up there.
Because if somebody else gave me shit, I'd be falling down. I wouldn't be here today.
What?
I'd be like, I'm in the hospital.
These donuts good.
Hmm.
These donuts
Yeah,
good.
okay.
Then they did, and then they apologized because they said they're not hot. I said, I can see that.
Hey, they're not because they are hot.
'Cause the
Did the hot sign, was the hot sign on?
Mm-mm.
Oh, they weren't supposed to be hot then.
Mm-mm.
Only when the hot sign is on.
Right.
I remember when I lived in Orange.
Oh my God.
They're off of California.
I used to pass by it.
Hot sign beyond.
Yeah, exactly. That hot side me on when I be going down Cooper. I wouldn't even be thinking about donuts. I'm rolling by, I see that hot side. Oh, no, you turn.
Yep.
I saw that. Nope, you ain't gonna hide
Me
that.
too. When that hot sign on, you go.
Do you know they have an app that tells you that?
Oh, see,
I'm
that's
sure.
no,
Mm-hmm.
no.
I'm telling you, I'm not surprised who all got apps now.
Yeah.
It's when I saw Little Caesars had an app, and all you gotta do is order the pizza and come up there and pick it up from the pizza oven and just come there and get it and go home.
Whataburger. Did you know? I don't know if Whataburger has an app. Do you?
They
know,
do.
Do you know you can call Whataburger for your order? Julio calls him. He's like, I'll be there in 11 minutes, and it's there waiting for his ass.
That's too much.
I'm like, who does that? Can't you just? He's
You
a
know,
Whataburger food though.
that's why we all obese.
I'm just saying you lazy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Convenience is a mug, man.
We got 1 minute left.
30 minutes is all you need to cook a decent meal. 30 minutes.
What should I cook today? I'm hungry. I do want to cook.
You know what? The thing I found best is taking your frozen meat and vegetables, right?
Mm.
I make me a little foil boat, 45 minutes in the oven, done. And it's delicious. I can put baked fish in there, any kind
Hey everybody.
of steaks, whatever.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We're gonna be going
I
back
don't
on in just a second.
I don't make that much.
Well, and see this too, okay? You know, you go to a restaurant, you get this big old chicken breast and, you know, whatever.
3,
2, 1.
2, 1.
Welcome back,
We live.
everybody. We are live again. Welcome back to the Mash Gas Talk Radio Show. Again,
Like
this
I
is your
said,
boy
I still
Kim.
don't know what that was. That mint condition song.
You don't know who Mint Condition is, Mo?
I've never heard
Google
that song.
them, Mo. Wait a minute. I have one. Wait a minute.
This is another thing. Let's go ahead and address this.
What?
When you don't know something, Google it.
That's
Go
true.
ahead, Mo.
People all the
That's true.
time, you know,
That's so true.
I don't know this, Google it.
Google.
I don't know
Come on.
that, Google it.
If we had Google when I was in high school, I'd have been valedictorian.
Right?
See, we'd
I'll
have
be
had
right there.
No,
valedictorian.
you would have to still compete with
Oh
me.
yeah, I'll be third in line.
You would still have to compete
We
with
got,
me.
I can remember, you know,
Sure.
things being difficult. You know, having to go to the library, looking through the card catalog. Now, you know, you type it in and boom, it comes up and tells you where to go.
These kids don't even know the Dewey Decimal System.
Encyclopedias.
Yeah, I'm out of you.
Encyclopedia Britannica. I remember my mom bought a whole set.
Still got it.
Still got it.
Got a dictionary this thick.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And then I had a mini one. One of my gifts for graduation was a mini dictionary.
You
And
know,
I
I
used the
love.
hell out of that thing. I used the
I
hell out of it.
got when I
You know what
went
I love more than the dictionary?
What?
The
to
thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Yes.
Oh
Because you can
my
use new
God.
words.
I love
And-
it.
My paper's gonna sound great.
And you know, and the thesaurus too. You know what's so cool about it is that it gives you, you know, like every similarity that there is possible.
Right.
You know, and it really teaches you sentence structure and how to use different words. You know, I really appreciate that. And ladies and gentlemen, while we're talking about education for a second, we're going to be having a show featuring Mo Swag, and we're going to find some students for Mo to talk to on the
You
show
don't want me to
live.
talk to no
Oh
students.
yeah, we're gonna have you talk to the students, and while we're gonna be discussing this next subject, because I want you to lead off with this next subject that we're gonna be talking about. I need to pay my parking, so you can go ahead and take it away in a second. But how? Let's talk about poll question number one. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you follow us on Facebook, about 40 of you, 37 of you. Answered our poll question. So we're going to deal with our poll question number one. It says, from the desk of Q, that's me of course, if your father had children outside of his marriage, are those siblings entitled to any inheritance if your father dies? On the poll, 86% says yes because they are his too. 14% says hell no, they're not family. Okay, so we did have some comments on this one, or whatever the case it is, and we'll go over those comments in a second. But Mo, you and I talked about this briefly this week. So I want you to go ahead and I want you to lead off with this conversation because you are in the nay of this. So start talking for me while I pay my parking. Go ahead.
Okay. So all I'm saying is, do they have a right for that? No. Isn't that something the mother of the child should have negotiated or should have spoken with them about?
Spoken for. Okay. That's fair. And
Well,
this
but
is one.
now I don't understand when you talk about the mother of the child. Now, see, I'm assuming that the mother has already passed.
Oh.
Because in my opinion, if the spouse has not passed, everything should go to the spouse
And not the children.
and not the children. Because I believe
That's
that.
how it is in Texas law. That's Texas law.
Because
Yeah.
well,
I like that.
definitely Texas, but yeah, and then from everything, you know, from the mother passes on to the children. And now, in this case, because I have had this happen in our family, where, you know, you have blended families.
Mm-hmm.
Father passes away,
Mm-hmm.
wife inherits everything. And then, now the way they had it set up, because my grandparents were very aware, they divided it amongst all of the children,
Mm-hmm.
her children included.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a little bit of a different situation. Now, in my situation, I know that I have step siblings, what have you. If my mother dies, everything goes to my father, and then it's divided amongst the children, period. If my father dies, my mother gets everything, and then when she passes, it goes to her children.
Mm. See, I have one word for everybody out there.
Wrap it up.
No. Well, that's the second part. The first thing I have for everybody is one word. Will.
Mm-hmm.
You write your will, and you dictate what needs to happen. This way, it's legal.
Right,
There's no argument. People can be salty if they want to,
right.
but at the
But
end of
the
the day,
will is what it is.
it is what it is.
To just add to that, leave every person at least $1 so they cannot contest it. If you don't leave them anything, they'll contest it. They'll be able to contest it. and you're 5 years later, you'll still be fighting.
And the second part, strap up and pull out.
Oh my God. Okay, this is the problem.
What?
I don't just strap up, pull out. I don't know what that is. But what happens is that in this day and age, you have so many side pieces and so many women who want to have children with men or by men for various reasons. And they don't look long term. And what they have to do is understand. What they have to do is understand that there are consequences. And it has to do with their children and their grandchildren. They don't think long term. All they're thinking is, oh, let me get this dude because he's got a Cadillac or he's got a Lexus. You know, they're not thinking 2-3 years down the road that, you know, you need to house and feed this child, send the child to camp. But as far as if you have a union with a man, if you're married to a man, and he steps outside his marriage and he has children with other women, are they entitled to the hard work that I've done? Are they entitled to the fact that I work 3 jobs and get my money? No. Their mothers need to provide for them, or their mothers need to negotiate. Just like she negotiated having sex with a married man, she needs to negotiate how to take care of her children after he's dead.
That brings up an interesting point.
Mm-hmm.
Because you all saw the message that I sent you all on Facebook.
That was straight disgusting. Yeah.
So there are some women out here,
Tricks and hoes.
yeah, that will sit up and say, you know, how can I say this properly? The vagina is a form of currency.
We weren't supposed to talk about
That's
that.
because
The
they're
next
prostitutes.
segment,
That's
though.
okay.
Oh.
They're prostitutes.
But
I'm
this
sorry.
was
We're
talk about it.
intertwining the two.
But I mean,
It's a good segue. That's because they're prostitutes.
now,
That's
real
all.
quick, I'm gonna respond to what you have to
But
say
you're
about
paying
the about the.
You done paying the parking?
He's done paying
He's
off.
done.
I'm paying my parking. Oh, I was just quiet for a second. Oh, but you didn't want me to talk about them, you know, because you know I got something to say about that.
The comments.
So yeah,
Yes.
so what happens? Let's look at the comments, you know, and real quick. Now, Mo, I think that you guys are absolutely correct. You know that people should have wills and stuff in place. I think that that's really, really important. I do also believe that, for example, if like I posed a question on our other poll question, which kind of turned the tables a little bit. What happens is that any man that goes out and makes children with anybody, whether if he's married and he plays off on his wife or whatever the case is, he should be responsible for his kids. Because yes, I agree with you. The wife in this instance should not have to pay the price for what the husband has done because he couldn't keep his John in his pants. So I don't believe that any woman or any wife that has to experience anything from that for her husband should be in the midst of it as it relates to being affected. But because she's married to him, especially if they got finances and stuff tied and all this kind of stuff going
It's
on.
a good reason to keep your
You know.
finances separated.
Well, that too. But then old school,
I know.
you drop your last name, you pick up his last name, and y'all combine everything. And he's the head of the household, you take care of the house. They right? That's old school.
That's how I do it.
And so what happens is that now when it comes to the kids are the innocent parties that get hurt in the process, and the kids are the ones not knowing their families, and the kids are the ones that actually go through the suffering, of course. And so when you go through that suffering and stuff like that, if my daddy denies me, or if my father does not take care of me, and he could have, or maybe he was 10 minutes away from me, or he passed by me quite often, and then my mom tells me, oh, by the way, that's your dad, or whatever the case it is, and whatever the oil and water went on between you, mama, and the wife, that had nothing to do with me. And so as a man, and we always talk about deadbeat dads, as a man, we should always feel a responsibility to our own seed. Okay? And so the thing is that a wife shouldn't ever come between her husband and his kids if he have children outside of his marriage, because if the tables were flipped, if she got pregnant by somebody else, she'd want to stay with him and expect him to take care of another man's baby. So it's just the truth.
And then on top of that, if a woman has kids when she comes into a marriage, them kids are gonna be there with that man, right?
Right.
And she's gonna expect that man to take care of them kids like they were his.
Like they were his.
So why is it the same if the roles are flipped? if those are not your kids and you're a woman, if they're the man's kids, you need to treat them kids like they're your own.
Absolutely.
Well, at what point does the side piece of the trick or the slut of the hoe? At what point is she?
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Let's say he was married before.
Mm-hmm.
She was married before. Whatever the case is, they had children out of wedlock. They wasn't married.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the case is, if you are with that person
Mm-hmm.
and they have kids, you need to treat them kids like your own. Point blank. Period.
Well, no. See, that's different. If you have, if he was married before you married, he's got kids, and you married before you got kids. I understand to come together. It's
Right.
just when you're married to each other and
And
he
then-
steps out, that's the only problem. I don't mind being a stepmom, giving them, taking care of money, because
But
when it
here's
comes to
the
money,
other
I
thing.
split mine all money all the time. My husband never knows.
And yes, there are women out there who, in essence, prefer married men. But there's a lot of women that get involved with men and don't know they're married.
And
You know
that's
what?
the case with a lot of it too,
They
Mo.
don't know. They don't.
They don't
wanna
wanna know.
They don't want to
And then
know.
too, but you know what? Even if that's the case, Mo, who made the marriage vows? Him or her? You see what I'm saying? So, but
And
no,
that-
but
and
your
that-
vows should be enough to
Between the
keep
husband
you
and the
at home.
Mhm.
You know, that's what. Now you always trying to marry folk off. Now
Okay,
you
now
do
look,
that.
Listen, real
I'm
world.
just saying.
If a man strays or if a woman strays from the marriage, it has nothing to do with that other partner. It has everything to do with the inadequacies of that person who's cheating.
I agree.
They're trying to fill a void. There's
I
a
agree.
problem there. There's a problem with them.
Right.
See, my name ain't Dr. Mo. I ain't no psychiatrist, ain't no psychologist. So if you got a problem, you need to talk to somebody. But if you have to find someone else to fill that void, things may happen. But at the same time, I am not going to, if I'm married to this man and he has a child outside of wedlock, I am not going to accept the financial responsibility taking money and food out of my biological child's or my stepchild's name. I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do it for two reasons. One, because there are two adults there.
I agree.
There
Now
are two
that I
adults
agree
there.
with.
There are two
Absolutely.
adults. And
Absolutely.
the woman who is a side piece or who had sex with him or knew it or didn't know it or whatever, and just thought that having sex with him on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday was cool, or Tuesday and Thursday because he was working a lot. That makes no sense. And if you're making piss poor choices like that with your children, you screwed the whole life.
That's my thing. Like,
and
you
these
know,
women got to take responsibility.
But why is it always the women? See, this is where I have the problem. And note again, yeah, some women prefer married men, but it's a two-way street. And I'm sorry, in 2019, men need to be held accountable for when they screw up.
You're right.
If a man is stepping out on his wife, his fucking wife, I'm sorry. He needs to be held accountable. Period.
I agree with you. However,
I got my water.
there is an opposite side. There are two sides to the story. Because let's be honest. Unless a woman pulls off the drawers voluntarily, it's called rape.
Okay.
Think about that.
Okay.
Think about that. If she doesn't pull out the drawers voluntarily, it's called rape. So that means that both parties are equally responsible.
Correct.
Okay.
Now,
I
I
agree.
understand where...
But she didn't make the vows. Or the person outside the marriage did not make the vows.
I understand that. The person outside the marriage did not make the vows. However, it takes two to tango.
It is a
Two
two-way
to
street.
tango, three to swing.
Yeah, hey, there we go. Hit that bell for me. Hit that bell for me.
Two to
But
tango, three to
here's
swing.
the thing. If both parties are inevitably responsible for their child,
Right.
We had this
They
problem
told
with you.
me. They told me to read
Both-
the comments. I'm sorry.
both parties are inevitably responsible for their child. Not only for their child, but for the decisions that they make that created that child.
Mhm.
So you, as a man or a woman, you have a child with somebody that is married and you're not. They're married to somebody else. You're not married. You know, whatever the case is, you don't know. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's both of your responsibilities to take care of that child. Now, the person that's going to be hurt is the married individual's spouse.
Absolutely.
They're going
Absolutely.
to be hurt. So
Absolutely.
you cannot blame them
Absolutely.
if they are
Absolutely.
spiteful toward the outside person and that child.
And that's why you don't want the child involved in their life, because knowingly or unknowingly, the adult person who's hurt may hurt them.
Exactly. And this is, again, it comes back to creating a will. You create your will, you do that, and nobody has anything to say. Because at the end
And
of
it's
the day,
already done.
it's already
taken care
done,
of.
taken care of. And if you are a man or a woman, you need to make sure that your finances are in place. Don't worry about nobody else's. Make sure that you and your children are taken care of at the end of the day. It doesn't matter.
Let me ask y'all something about the will, though. Since y'all talking about the will, let's ask y'all something about the will. So let's say the will is in place. Let's just say the will, for example, says I, Q Stevens, sound, mind, and body, I guess, leave XYZ to my children, but in the will, I may name my children, but I leave a stipulation or something in the will, leave it wide open for other people to come in. Because a lot of times what happens is you may name your kids or whatever, but when you name your children, some people put in there or if there are any others after whatever, or if anybody else pop up, that type deal. So if you know that you've been messing around on your wife, why would you try to cut your other kids out to save face? Because if in a situation for better lack of words, like for me, I've never seen my father's will. So, and of course, I was one of my dad's outside children. So what happens is that if I was to find out the actual structure and the reading of his will, because I would have access to it and I have a right to it because I'm his son. So, but if I force the issue to do something like that, and if there's a stipulation in his will for his children, I'm going to get every fucking thing I'm supposed to.
Nope.
Yep. Then let me tell you why. It has nothing to do with his wife. It has every bit to do with the fact that he's my dad. And because he did not say, you know what, this is my daughter, this is my son, these are my children as a whole. Doesn't matter where your kids come from, because it's different if you got kids, let's say by one chick, and you may say, you had a side chick and y'all had one, and y'all got three. Okay, maybe that's okay. But see, when you got 3 and 4 kids out here by 5, 6 different women, or for 5, 6 kids, by 3 or 4 different women, that is a constant fuck up. So what you would have to say is, you know what, you as his wife, you have to say, you know what, now I know about these, and I know about these. You need to take care of your business, because if I'm not going to take care of your kids, then you need to go take care of your kids. My issues with some of the wives is that they don't make their husbands take care of their children, but then they always want the man to be that father to their kids, and then say that his other kids are fuck ups because he ain't in their life.
Right.
And he's
So
supposed
let
to
me see
be.
if I hear this right. You are mad at the one woman for negotiating and for being an advocate for her children.
Absolutely
and
not.
being an advocate for other children that are not hers.
Absolutely not. I would never be mad at the woman advocating for her children. What I would be upset is the fact that my father doesn't advocate for all of his kids, because it has nothing to do with her. Any real man that make any baby out here will not ever let his wife come between him and his kids.
Hit that bell.
I don't care who he is. I don't care who she is. Y'all can be married 50 years. And this man, because it happens, 50 years, and you find out you got 2 25-year-old twins out here. But y'all been married 50 years and you cheated halfway through. Then all of a sudden something pop up. And you're like, oh my God, I got 2 twins. Okay, but what you gonna do? You need to be in their lives. Yes, I'm pissed off at you, and yes, that does hurt, and yes, I need to get what I need to get because I'm your wife. But at the same time, go take care of your kids. Give them some emotional stability. Find out what's going on with your children. Because your children are your offspring. And they are my children's siblings. You shouldn't ever want Mary, for example, to ever find out that she has a half sibling that she probably almost slept with, or that she probably messing with a cousin. You don't want that to ever happen.
So this is what you want. Let me see if I got this right. So okay, let me tell you what happened.
Take us a break after this, too.
Today, right now.
Hand it to her, bro. Hand it to her.
In 30 minutes,
Break
a man
break
who
two.
has 10 children,
Okay.
is being buried today.
All right.
At 11:30. 10 children. been dating this woman for 8 years. She didn't have any children with him. Died of a massive heart attack as he was driving a truck for the company.
Okay.
He changed the will 2 months ago and left her everything.
Okay.
He said, because I don't want no mess to happen because my siblings don't like you. So the land in Louisiana and all his 401k and everything goes to her.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Okay.
the family mad. Family knockout, dragged out at the wait Friday night. Pissed off. What he said was, I've got 10 children. I've been taking care of them. Child support, da-da-da. What else do they want from me? I've been with her for 8 years.
And guess who? They can only be mad at one person.
Him.
The one in
The
the
one,
box.
the one laying in the box. That's the only person they can be mad at.
Because
that's it.
that's
They
what
mad at her.
that's
For what?
what that's
That's
what
what
he
I said.
stipulated. You know,
He stipulated that.
you
He
have to
will.
trust the fact that whatever goes on in that person's mind at that moment is cool because they in their right mind and this is who they want to leave their treasures to. But also in the same breath, in cases like that,
Yeah.
you just say, okay, daddy left for everything.
Right.
Well, see you next time.
Okay, so does she need to divvy up the money amongst the 10
I don't think she
children?
should. No.
No.
If daddy says no,
Yeah. That's
then
it.
okay. And if he just changed his will, okay. But if daddy said, I did the best I do, I took care of all my kids, and in the will or whatever the case is, he leave them something, then fine. Now, let me say this, and take us a break, Mo. Morally, maybe, she should.
Right.
Right.
Morally.
Morally, yes.
Morally.
And
Legally,
we know
no.
we live in a
Legally,
time with no
no.
morals.
So we're going to go to break.
And
Let's
we're
go
gonna
to break.
And we're gonna listen to Ready or Not after 7, and I want to sex you up by Color Me Bad.
Ooh.
Yes.
Sex you up.
Man,
Now,
I
see, you
remember-
know that song.
I remember middle school, 7th grade.
You going back? You going back?
Yes,
But I
yes.
don't understand the Ready or Not. Ready or Not, here I am. I'm
No.
No, that's not it.
I give you everything. You don't know
Oh,
that
that
song?
one, okay, that's sweet.
Yes.
So
But
and then
they went small. Well, I was scared.
So YouTube, Facebook, y'all getting to see the behind the scenes. That's why it's good to. I mean, it's great to listen to us on the app, After Party app, but y'all get to see the behind the scenes. So we continue discussions, and before we move on to topics, y'all hear the music play in the background, and then y'all can of course hear the nonsense that goes on behind the scenes.
let's read these comments.
Yeah, let's read the comments.
Paul is crazy, boy. See, Mo still drive as bad as Waller, Texas in that old blue Oldsmobile. Mo used to fly down 290 in that blue
What?
Oldsmobile.
It was a Cutlass Sierra, photo.
That
was a good
8
car.
cylinder.
That's a good
Yeah.
car.
Woo,
That's
I
a
was
good car.
floating.
was color Supreme actually. If it was an 8-cylinder, it was a Supreme.
That's a good
Yeah,
car.
you're right. It was
Yeah.
Cutlass Supreme.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
color
car.
Supreme. Yeah, I know my colors.
Big body, big
Yeah.
body.
Oh yeah, big body. Yeah. Yeah, that's that box
That's a
Chevy.
daddy car. That's a daddy car though.
Yeah.
Not a cute car. I wasn't
Yeah.
in a cute car. I was in a daddy
No,
car.
that's a box Chevy. For those that don't know, and look, when you got a box Chevy, you don't put nothing bigger than 20s on there.
And everything. And I did have big wheels. And the guys, I'm keeping I like your rims. I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know. I didn't know.
Oh wow! So check this out. Valley Lee Short. Thanks for commenting, Valley. She says a good woman will take care of the children of the man she loves. What you think about that, Mom?
I'm not taking care. I'm not taking food and money out of my children's for his side pieces children.
No,
What?
Mom. Now let
You
me
got-
say
you
this.
keep going to the side
Now
piece.
my stepchildren, yes, I'll take care of them.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
the people,
yeah.
you see, so I want y'all to understand, stepchildren, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got stepchildren. Cause see, I'm the one that always want the stepchildren anyway. I'd be like, your daddy sent you 100, but don't tell him it's 2. You never know. You never know. For his 23rd birthday, he got $230. He's like, how much you sent him? 100.
Wow.
Cause he's 23 times 10. You know,
Yeah.
I did the math on that.
Yeah.
Boy.
And you know what? Tomorrow's my dad's birthday.
Oh,
Happy
what you get
birthday,
him?
Pop.
Happy birthday, Pop.
Yeah.
Can't tell you, can't
I already,
tell
no, he already got his gift.
you. What do you get? What do you
He
get?
got some Jordans.
Jordans.
He got
Oh,
these.
the retro.
Yeah, the retro 13s. I got these.
Look at the colors. They
Yeah.
match.
Black and gold. Yeah.
Super Bowl. We going to Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
You ain't the Super Bowl tickets?
I ain't got no Super Bowl ticket, but I'm going to Atlanta.
Okay. You want to do that?
Yeah, we win tomorrow. I'm going to Atlanta.
When you win tomorrow.
Look,
Hold
That's
on.
what I said. When we win tomorrow, I'm going to Atlanta.
How much you want to
I
spend
had
for
to
Super
had
Bowl
to look.
tickets?
They sent out an email. They looking for help
Well-
to go to Atlanta to help
Really?
Look,
with the overflow.
I'm
look.
sure.
Well,
I'm
you
sure.
see, here's the problem. I got family in Atlanta. And
Yeah.
then here's the other thing.
You got family everywhere.
Yeah, I do. But the great part about my family is they love me. So we're going to actually fly down to Birmingham.
Okay.
We're going to pick up
And they
my
gonna
other-
come and get you?
No. We're going to meet up with my other cousins in Birmingham. And then we're going to drive to Atlanta.
Yeah.
My cousins talk about, well, there's so many of y'all. Y'all might have to sleep on air mattresses.
Stop.
I don't give a good goddamn.
Some of them air mattresses are
Marietta.
good.
Okay. Cobb.
Stop, y'all. Let me see. Oh, you going back the other way. You're not going towards Nashville. Okay,
No, no.
you gonna go. No, that's going back the other way. Hold on. You going south.
These damn cool.
Yeah, we're going to fly into Birmingham, meet up with our other cousins.
How much you want to spend for the tickets?
How much can I get some tickets for? 'Cause, I mean, we could use some extra tickets. Because after the one in Super Bowl, everybody was talking about Janet Jackson and her nipples.
Okay.
You know, I remember when that happened, of course, in Houston, and when Justin Timberlake did it, they cut the TV so quick.
No, forget that. They never talk about the referee that was streaking at halftime. Right after halftime,
You know
Wow.
everybody,
You know why?
what?
The
'Cause-
referee.
yeah,
What color?
he was white.
Okay.
She met or is.
No, yeah, don't worry
She
about
met
it.
or is.
Shimmy. Hey,
Oh, no,
Shimmy.
she commented.
Good morning.
Good morning, Shammy. She commented. The children shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of the actions of the adults. They're already missing out on personal time with the parent because of the BS. Not getting tucked in at night, family dinners, and etc. So why penalize the kids? That's part of the reason why so many kids are messed up and continue that foolishness in their adult lives.
Amen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ring the bell on that one.
Because that's like I said, Mo, it's more than just the financial support. It's the emotional support and the behavior.
I kind of like those. I'm looking at this sign. I like these. They're kind of fresh.
They Sean John.
Really?
He got some new glasses.
Nah.
Hallelujah. You went to American Best.
I did. I got me
You
some
gonna make me
Sean.
go to American Best now.
I got me
I thought
2
they
pairs
have
and
a
I end up
DKNY
paying
or a-
after my eye exam. I end up paying
They have
$52.
some kind of sale going on.
They got
right now.
DKNY, they got Nike, they got
And those
Versace.
frames- those
They
frames
got
are bad, too.
yeah,
Those
they got
frames.
Ricky Smiley lenses. They
So
got
look at
everybody.
this. So what would be the best solution if my husband had an outside child while we're married? Should I just divorce him?
Okay. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
If you're gonna stay with them,
I gotta accept the outside
You
child.
got
You gotta
to.
accept
And
it.
the
if you're gonna
outside
stay
mother.
with them,
No, you ain't
No.
got to accept
No, no.
You have to because the
The
mother
thing
comes
is,
with the child.
well, the mama
You
comes
can't
with the
separate.
child, but at the same time, Mo. Now look, at the same time, you can't be like, oh, I'm inviting you in my house. You done slept with my man.
See,
You can't-
that's what I'm
see, that's the
saying.
thing. So you can't do
Now,
that.
1 minute
But
left.
what you could do is y'all form an actual relationship through the husband and have him fix it because he the one make the mess.
So
See,
does she get to come in my house? I mean, I know you want the child to come in my house, but does she get to come in my house?
well, no, that's gonna be between you and your husband.
See, that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
that's the thing.
Yeah, you
I
know,
mean,
I've
you
been
should-
married. I've been married now, and his stepchild, her mother has never stepped in my home.
Oh, how's that
You
happening?
drive up to the driveway.
I have
Knock it
no,
off.
I have no relationship with her.
Stand by.
Okay. But that's
Y'all
a
bring us
child.
in real
But
quick.
Okay.
But
Pussy
my-
is a currency.
but my
That's what we're
daughter-
going to talk about. Pussy is a currency.
We're not gonna call
And
it
it's supposed to say
that, are we?
vagina.
Yeah.
It's
We have a
supposed to
phone
say-
call.
We all.
We have a phone call.
Are we
Miss
back
Mary, hey,
already?
Miss Mary.
Are we back already?
No, we're not back yet, but we'll take the call when we come back live. All right, we
Yeah,
back
live.
live. Hey,
We
hey,
are
hey.
live.
So we was talking about the whole infidelity thing, and we got a phone call.
Miss Mary.
Hello, how you doing? Welcome to Master Gas. Yes, we're always accepting calls.
Hey, Miss Mary. Yeah. Miss Tron, would you give Miss Mary some volume for us?
If you're gonna forgive. If you're not gonna forgive, because one thing I would never let somebody torment and torture me and keep bringing up what I've done or what you have done or whatever. If you're gonna forgive Whether you have outside children or not, if you choose to forgive, you forgive. It's a hard deal, but you chose to forgive. But if you're going to keep referring back to the infidelity and whatever you've done, you might as well let it go because you can't get past it.
Right?
Right.
Right. You're right.
And that's a deal.
Yeah.
That's a deal because I have grown stepchildren. And I tried to form a relationship, but at the same time, they don't want it. So if they don't want it, that's fine and that's okay because they'll come around.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They'll come around. Especially if you haven't done any still a thing.
Right.
So I'm like, if you don't forgive me, forgive me. What you're not going to do is you're not going to torment me. And every time you guys like I'm doing, I got to turn it, I got to see it. I got to constantly hear this, I got to, but if you're going to do that, then let it go because you haven't forgave them.
Right.
I agree.
You're right. You're right, Miss
I
Mary.
agree.
And y'all, for everybody that don't know on Facebook, YouTube, Miss Mary has been one of our strongest supporters
Absolutely.
from day one.
Thank you.
Miss Mary,
Seriously.
we do appreciate you calling in, always offering encouragement, always offering your insight. You are much appreciated. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I appreciate you guys.
All right, Miss Mary.
We'll have you back on the show.
All right, Miss
Absolutely.
Mary. You have a good evening, a good day, and stay warm out there. It's cold.
It's really cold out there.
So,
real quick, we sure will. Thank you. So real quick, let's get back to these comments real quick. Let's see here. Paul says, he says, if you stand with him means you accept the outside child and not the mom.
Oh, okay. So
I think that should always be the case.
Right.
I mean, you know,
it's not the
now,
child's fault.
It's not the
No.
child's fault. You know,
Right.
now listen. Now there are some women out there, Mo. I mean, you know, they kind of feel like you, like, you know, I don't have nothing to do with what you did, you know. And then you have some situations in the sense where you have the outside kids that look more like the daddy than yours do, you know. And so, you know, that's another slap in the face, you know.
Right.
You know, so you know, a lot of times what happens is what I believe is that any person that's capable of making children should always be in a place to be able to take care of the kids that they make.
Right.
And it's just responsibility because let me tell you what you teach your children. Any fathers out there that have kids outside your marriage and stuff like that, if you are not proactive in your child's life, it teaches them to do the exact same thing to somebody else's child. And what happens is they end up with what you say, Mo? Well, you can't do nothing, be a parent if you're pregnant at 15. That stuff starts and stems from the parents. You know, if a child's dad or mom is not active in their middle school and high school careers, you know, football, basketball, whatever, if they don't have the support, they're going to always have that half of them missing, and they're going to go searching for different stuff, trying to fill the voids that we've been talking about.
Right.
So let's talk about the next poll question. Wait a minute, the next poll question was, wait a minute, hold on. Shoot, Mo, you ain't got it up already? I thought you had it up, Mo. What you doing? You ain't ready? Hold on. Hold on.
He's still trying. Y'all got to forgive Q. He's still trying. Yeah, he got a new phone. He got a new phone, new glasses. He just started the new year balling. So, you know, new hair, everything. It's a new Q. In 2019.
See, I was gonna talk about me to my face.
Look, you know we love you because we'll talk about you to your face and behind your back. It don't
I
matter.
appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Because what we say to your face, we'll say behind your back and vice versa.
I appreciate that.
He got his hair steamed.
Looking like Chris Cross from '94.
Yeah. I like that. I'll take Chris Cross.
Right.
Now, I ain't no one-hit wonder. I've hit many wonders. Mo, okay, here we go.
That's why
Okay.
you with all the children you probably got out
Woo, don't say that, Mo. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't be incriminating me
So-
like that. You know what, Mo? Thank you. Be posting the hell out on our Talk Radio Show page. Thank you, Mo.
He said he had no life. That's me.
Yeah.
From the desk of Q. Should any father proven by DNA be required to sign a child's birth certificate if she's married and her husband already has?
No, because by law, since you're married to that person,
The person you're married to takes precedence,
over the child that you have.
which I kind of have a problem with. because
Texas is one of those states too.
if you are not the father,
More Povich.
why should you be on the birth certificate? I
And-
think that's fraud.
Yeah. And I mean, flip it around on the other side. You know, if you're the woman in the situation, you know.
Be quiet, Paul.
What did he say? I don't even want to
Talking about he need a flip phone. I do not need a flip phone. Okay?
Oh, okay. But look, now Mo needs a flip phone.
That's who needs a flip phone.
But let's flip it around, right? So you're asking, you know, the man, if he is, you know, if he's not the father, you know, should he sign the birth certificate? Well, damn, I'm gonna have to feed this child, because if you my wife and you father a kid, you know, you birth a kid by another man and we proven DNA. Number one, you ain't my wife no more.
Right.
Okay.
You not my. So I be
See how
damn.
that works on the flip when it's a man who cheats
No.
and has children, and versus a woman who
But
cheats and has
and
children.
guess what? If you a woman and your man, your husband, has a child by another woman, and you stay, that's on you.
Right.
But for me as a man,
For you personally.
for me personally, you birthed a baby by another man. All your shit gonna be at the hospital waiting on you when you exit.
Oh. But you know that is the commonality with guys. You know, now I'm gonna just try to see if I can put some
I
more
would
goggles on
probably
this.
say you probably speak for about 95%.
I mean, I can't argue with that. The only thing that I would say is this.
You know those children are his by the end.
But that's why I was going. I was going with that. There are a lot of guys who know that the kids ain't theirs, but also the mama knows. You know, and so the thing, I guess, for me, because we never been in that situation before, so I guess maybe I would like to say, if I was put in that kind of situation, that I would not only, of course, if my wife is at home pregnant by somebody else, I just can't leave her. You know,
she left me a long time ago.
That's true. But at the same time, especially if we already got kids, you know, if we have children that we trying to raise and she get pregnant by somebody else, you can't explain it to your kids, well, your mama pregnant, she gonna go about her business. Because, you know, there's a situation that we've been following kind of somewhat in that scenario. So the thing is that I guess maybe I would say that y'all take care of your baby, but at the same time, don't let him off the hook. Don't bring what you did to the house and make me responsible for it, because I'm going to stay out of it, but I will require as your husband that y'all take care of y'all child. That's what, now it's a hard thing to say, but, you know, I've never been in a situation, and I may
here's the
be
problem.
like, no,
Here's the
go
problem.
on.
Here's the problem. Stop lying to your damn kids.
Now that I agree with.
Stop
Yes.
lying to your damn kids.
Yeah.
Get a damn vasectomy, because there's too much having sex with the wrong people. If you're not in love with, okay, everybody who's married is not in love with the spouse, but they have made a concerted effort to make this work. There is no happily ever fucking after. But if you're going to be committed to something, if you're committed to a damn job, be committed to a marriage. If you're committed to, you know, losing weight, be committed to a marriage. If you don't want to do it, get a vasectomy. If you still want to screw around because you feel empty and you feel a void, then get a vasectomy and stop making all these babies.
So
But
wait,
all
why
these
is it on the
different
man to
rules-
get the vasectomy? It should be on both sides.
Well, no.
Get a vasectomy, get a hysterectomy.
I think
Done.
she's,
No.
Just get a tube side.
No,
baby.
what no.
Take all the stuff out.
you don't have to take it all out.
What,
I
do
mean,
whatever
but
you
you
need
want
to
us,
do.
but you want us to
Lip
snip
sizzle.
Well, I
our
only want you to snip if you cutting out.
If you are in a marriage
okay.
and you out dipping,
Get a vasectomy.
get a vasectomy. Then you know.
But now that's fine. It's easy for ladies to say that because
It's
our
a-
virility is in the way that a man
It's
really, you know, how you gonna take the way that I can make children? I can make kids up into my 80s.
I know, but
You know,
you don't want to.
so-
You don't want.
It's a two-way street. Why
Stop
is it
making the
always?
kids.
Why is everybody always trying to make something a one-way street?
Well, because
And it's always in the man's best interest.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I don't give a damn. You stepping out, get your shit fixed so you can have no babies.
There you
Right,
go.
and that's,
Yeah.
all,
Okay.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it go both ways.
Because if you have those needs and wants and
that is.
desires, see, I have friends who are. I have been blessed to have a lot of male friends because I am so not a girly girl, as we all know. I can shoot the shit. I can go throw dice. I can be at the table in Shreveport and have fun for hours on end with the guys. They're not rude. I'm not rude. We're not crude. It's just I have a better understanding of them. It's just like, you know, we always talked about the stuff that you put, child support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. You paying this woman $1,000 for child support, and then people are saying, well, she needs child support to take care to pay for lights and rent. What was the bitch gonna do? Live outside? Was she not gonna have a house? Was she not gonna have rent if she didn't have no child? Well, that same covering for her head, that same covering, them lights, she got to have for her. She got to have for her child.
And that takes us to our next segment.
That's right.
Vagina as a currency.
Is your vagina a legal currency?
Yep. See how I did that?
Now, how is your vagina a legal currency? I mean, you have to explain that to me. Now, when we first started the show, you have told us about your condos and shit.
It's only one condo.
Oh.
And your
one condo.
Okay, the car.
And the car, you know. So Mo has expressed.
With an S.
With an S. So Mo has expressed to us regarding her.
Okay, let me preface this.
Her vagina currency.
In my younger days, when I was, when I was fine, because yes, that was a long time ago. I dated a guy who was very, very, very loving and generous. He was so wonderful.
He was a trick.
But he was so wonderful to the fact that he decided to date and marry someone else. He wasn't married at the time, but
okay.
he's like, he had to date someone. He had to marry someone else because he got her pregnant. I was devastated.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was devastated, so he said. So I said, prove that you devastated. He said, well, how do you know prove? I said, I want this condo. Because I was living on Holly Hall. I was like, and I want that one. I want to live right there. I want to be safe.
Is that how you said it?
Well, because she thought she was only dating him, and he didn't really want me to tell the family and everybody that I was dating him at the same time.
So the condo is his
right.
baby right. Outside of his.
The condo is his. Please don't tell nobody.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So vagina currency can be also used to blackmail if you needed to.
Well, you know what it is? What it is when women get hurt, the way we
Absolutely,
hurt men,
Paul.
what did he say?
Sugar daddy.
Pretty much. The way we hurt men.
Yeah, Mimi, she did.
The only way.
She did.
The only way we can hurt men is through we can talk about their mamas.
Mm-hmm.
We can mess with their cars. And we can mess with their money. That's the only way to hurt a man.
That's not true.
We can't.
I
yeah,
bust the windows out your car.
No, okay, look.
They don't even mess with my car for real.
Look,
you gonna have an issue.
See, I got two things. You don't mess with my family.
Okay, that's your mama. That's okay.
You don't mess with my family. You don't mess with my money, which includes my cars, because my cars.
See, that's what I'm telling you.
Now, there's a third way you can mess with
me.
You do not, as a man, make me feel less than a man.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You don't do.
That's easy.
That's
What
easy.
are you talking about, Mo?
Because words hurt.
Yeah.
Words hurt.
Because after you have sex, you be like, oh, you finished. That's it. Bam.
I can't comment. I don't have that problem.
Whatever.
But you know, we wouldn't have to have the problem.
Do I have to show you my Facebook inbox? Do I have to show you?
I know your Facebook.
Do I have to show you my
I send them over
Instagram?
there.
Do I have to show you my Instagram inbox?
You know what? The thing is, and this is, I guess, you're absolutely right. If you catch a guy in a vulnerable moment like that, that would mess with his head. I mean, that really would. But you know what's even more messed up?
What?
Is the fact that ladies, you act like sometimes that we don't get used to your shenanigans. Like we like just because you stroking a certain kind of way, you act like that's gonna keep your condo or that's gonna keep your cars. You know, so yes, now scientifically proven, morally proven, mentally proven that women are faster than guys. All right.
Yep.
So for all the fellas out there, yes, there's gonna be at least one or two women in your life that's gonna give you the okie doke. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So you don't get the okie doke. This is what that is. However, what happens is what women start to really have an impact on is when he stopped paying attention to her. And then so it'd be women like you be like, oh yeah, yeah, it's all right. But then you keep doing them like that, you're gonna wonder where the money at. You're gonna start wondering why he ain't calling, where he at. Because women, when a man spoils a woman, she wants to keep being spoiled. And that is the truth. Now, you may be a different breed.
I'm an old cat. I'm an old woman.
If Mo's daddy spoiled her like she said she did, Mo was looking for somebody else to spoil her. Trust me on that one.
And why? And that is why. That is why. That is why.
You was devastated. You was devastated. That was why.
When my daddy died, they had to walk me to the casket, walk me home all the way to Texas, because there is no other man in this world who would love. Okay, this is how bad my daddy was. Yes, he would come down to Prairie View and make them visits, but he didn't live in Houston. He lived in Nashville. He would get on that road and come down and talk about, where's my daughter? He'd go to College of Business and be like, yo, he's on this campus. I'm like, damn, let me go change, because I was not dressed appropriately. I'm just letting you know. Two, every other semester, them dudes would be like, damn, you got a new car. I was like, well, then my daddy said, you know that's how it is. My birthday, I got yellow roses. Ever birthday.
Ever birthday.
You know why? Because I was his yellow rose in Texas. I was like, Daddy, but you know the song. It ain't got nothing to do. It's a black woman who's light skinned, He's like, I know the song. He said, take the yellow roses. To this day, nobody. I was looking at my jewelry box the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh.
You still kept the jewelry? You still got the jewelry?
I did until the other day. You know why? I said it's that Cartier ring. I mean, it's over.
Wait a minute, what you do with it?
You going through the Marie Kondo?
What you do with it?
This does no longer spark joy.
What you do with it?
What I do?
Yes.
One ring I gave to my friend. It's a beautiful dinner ring. It just had it's just like a half a carat diamond, but it was cute. I posted it on Facebook. I was like, oh, look at this. It just fit on my pinky. And the Cartier, you'll be happy. The Cartier ring I gave to my girl in LA. I was like, girl, here. You know.
Wait a minute, Mimi Reed say, don't start what you can't finish. Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. You have to understand that dick is a powerful thing. Okay, so the thing,
No.
yes it is.
Yes.
I don't know.
I need the ladies.
I don't know who.
Oh my God.
Hold up, no.
No, stop. It's so good. What the fuck ever?
I need ladies to stop giving the D the power of what your pussy be doing.
Look, I'm gonna tell you.
Stop giving them credit.
Stop
Giving them credit.
That's right.
Stop.
No.
Now, Mo,
It's just so
you wanna no
Look, I can climb a wall by my damn self.
powerful thing.
Dude, I remember when old girl took you out of town and did your whole new wardrobe. I
Listen,
remember.
let me tell you something. Dick been a powerful thing for years.
Yeah.
When he a teenager, it's powerful.
Only to those women who ain't that good.
Thank one of my professors at Prairie View A&M University, I got an A because of my dick.
You can't get an A just
I-
by doing the damn work.
Well, yeah, I could have, and I did some work. I
You put in plenty of work.
Yeah.
You put in plenty of work. He got
So
that.
I'm just
I'm not
saying.
impressed, honey.
I'm saying, you don't have to be impressed with my grade was good enough. I ain't need nothing else. See, the thing is that when just like you do that noise and stuff like that, somebody's so good, all this kind of stuff, men fake it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it
Oh,
ain't like, we be like, oh, man, I wish she heard, come on, like, for real, bro. She ain't really doing nothing damn way. Yeah, you like your daddy? It's all right, yeah.
First of all,
You
I
know-
don't understand that. Who calls somebody daddy and they're having sexual intercourse? That's nasty.
You
I just wanna
That's
say-
again.
incest. That's incest.
No, again.
Wait a minute, is you
What
saying
did
that
they
Jesus
do?
keep me near the cross while you fucking or something?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all silly. Y'all. Oh goodness.
Look, I know so many of y'all having sex out there like y'all in church calling God.
Yeah,
I can't.
but
I
you know
can't
what?
do this
We gotta get back to the main topic.
What is the topic?
we had,
Here's, ladies, it's your vagina.
because
Currency.
we had a Facebook post that we shared, and this single mother was talking to her son, talking about a $4,000 couch that she bought.
And he was probably jumping on or doing
Right,
something.
and
Doing something
he
shouldn't have
told
been.
his
Right,
mama that, no, you didn't buy that couch. Old boy bought that couch. And what was, I can't remember the exact terms of the.
Her response was something to the nature of,
I paid for this couch.
just because I didn't pay with it with money.
Yeah.
I paid with it with something else, and then she said, my vagina is currency.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, so now
That's a
listen.
prostitute.
So let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
First off, now, Mo,
It's a couch.
I have to say I agree with you.
Wow, them two agree?
If you're gonna do it, ladies, you got to go big. Why do you have a $4,000 couch in an apartment?
I know, right?
I mean, now that don't make no sense.
If
You
I
know,
spend $4,000 on a couch, it's going in a custom built home.
I just don't understand this, and I'm not being funny or nothing. We all come, we come from different various backgrounds, and stuff like that, and and so I don't understand why people have housewarmings in apartments. Like that certain shit just don't make sense to me.
But,
And
this
if
is
you,
but no, what you need to understand about this chick, this is the same chick that want a man with a 6-figure income.
And she ain't got 4 figures.
And don't get me wrong, ladies. There's nothing wrong. I'm not knocking a Honda Accord at all. Because a Honda Accord is a good car.
Right.
But you want a man with a 6-figure salary, and bitch, you pushing a Honda Accord.
right,
The fuck?
right, absolutely.
Or wait a minute, you gotta talk your language. See, you talking a little bit above him.
Okay.
You want a man that's fine, and you
Ugly as
you
hell.
400 pounds. You 400 pounds and 4 feet tall. See, you can't do that.
See, you know what? See, our Facebook, our comments are live today.
Okay.
And she met
Shimmy.
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 Hey, Shimmy. She said the topics are all connected and leads to them outside babies.
Mm.
Got that
Well, you know
right.
what?
That is so true.
She is
true.
She is a single mother
I said
that has never been married.
Vasectomy.
Mom, a $4,000
But, yeah,
couch.
does she
I
just
want
have
to
the
see
one
how this
child,
couch
or
looks.
does she have more? Okay.
She
It
just has
probably,
one.
I can only imagine this couch is probably burgundy with blinged out diamond buttons.
You know what I can't stand? She probably want a $4,000 couch and need to see an orthodontist like yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, her grill looks straight. Her grill is straight. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but my thing is like
Cheap ass weave.
Hmm?
Cheap ass weave.
She passed weed.
Does she have weave?
does she got weave in her hair?
Yeah, she got weave in her hair.
So she's a pretty good. She's a pretty lady.
She is a pretty lady.
Okay, so if
No,
you,
I will tell you this. Visually,
Oh, that's
One of those.
so but when she opened her mouth,
You can tell.
she's the kind of chick that she might look pretty from a distance,
She had to be quiet.
but when she opened her mouth, it immediately turns me off. I don't
Because
care
she's
how.
not smart.
Yeah,
You
no.
don't like a dummy.
She has book sense.
But no, but that's
But no common sense.
but that
No,
emo-
But you know, common sense is uncommon. So.
But you know, IQ is cool, but you gotta have EQ. They're
Yeah.
emotional. Yeah.
Mhm.
well, Judge Judy says,
Did
yes,
this
I'm
motherfucker
quoting.
quote Judge
I'm
Judy?
quoting Judge Judy.
He quote Judge Judy.
Judge Judy says, beauty fades, but dumb is forever.
Mhm.
My brother.
Hit
That's
that
what my
bell.
brother
Hit
said.
that
Beauty.
bell. Hit that bell on that one.
Yes.
Beauty
Yeah.
fades, but dumb is forever.
Yes.
Hashtag Judge
My
Judy.
brother, he loves me. That's
Look,
what-
I'm like this. The thing that people gotta start understanding, you can be physically beautiful, and that's all day long. But your physical features will fade with time.
Mhm.
However, I did that 10-year challenge. Your boy looking pretty damn good. But anyway,
Me too.
but what I would tell you is that you
It's a
have to
cocoa
have more to yourself than your physical features.
Substance.
You have to
Right.
have substance. I do not want shallow where I get to know you in 6 weeks and I'm tired of your ass.
Oh my.
And
I need your
and-
conversation to go deeper than
Sex.
clothes, haircuts, sex,
And can you do
and
me a
sports.
favor?
I need more than
Can
that.
you play like you read Michelle Obama's autobiography?
Oh my.
Can you play like you read
my.
it?
my.
Can you at least have some substance in your culture?
Mhm.
You know, knowing
And if
know
you
that
haven't read Michelle Obama's memoir, honey, you are
Yeah.
so late to this
she,
party.
what
I
is,
need
it
you
is
to
still
get
on the
out and get
bestsellers
that.
list, and it's
That-
like one of the longest running books on the bestsellers
Yes.
list.
And may
Yeah.
I
If
go
you
a
can
step
find
further?
it, you have to. Honestly, you're gonna probably have to buy it electronically.
Get it on Audible.
Yes.
Listen to her tell her story.
You don't see. I know you be at the home.
Me and
sit
Michelle,
down.
just call me. Call me.
You be sitting at home listening to Michelle Obama's books with your legs crossed with a bowl of soup and
Right.
crackers.
Shoot.
Yeah, I know
No,
you
I
do.
was cleaning the house with Michelle. What you
You
doing?
was, I said I had to sit down and listen to Michelle.
Had that
Real quick,
people
who's-
walk in my house listening. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm listening to Michelle.
Well, you know what? Take us a break, bro.
I love
Listen, what
it.
time
I
is
love
it?
it.
It's 11:35. Yeah, it's on you. Take us a
Yeah.
break.
Let me,
we got some quick songs.
Yeah,
Then we gonna finish our conversation.
yeah,
real
we
quick.
gonna listen to a little "Freak Me" by Silk. Yeah.
All right. Ricky.
What? Don't
You know-
just hold on, Mo.
you know
Stop
who
asking.
Silk
Stop
is,
asking.
You know who Silk is. Make me
Please.
sick.
Please don't go by Boys to Men.
Oh yeah.
And this is the one from high school that had. Well, if I tell you, wait, I gotta remember my parents' wives. Fiending by Jodeci.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Fiendin'.
Yeah.
I know that one.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, but
But
don't sing
you-
it. Don't
yeah,
sing
yeah.
it.
Don't sing.
Silk. Oh my God. So since we on break, Richard Foster, wherever your ass at,
Oh.
Richard Foster, I'm calling your punk ass out.
Uh-oh.
Now, don't get me wrong. Richard's my boy. We was roommates in college.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was it.
No, he from Austin and he live in Houston. Richard Foster, look at me. Look at me. You are the reason I do not like Silk anymore.
Uh-oh.
Because he used to do it to Silk all the time.
No,
Oh, what?
there's more to it than that. Richard Foster, I'm calling you out right now. You know exactly why I don't like Silk. The only other person that knows the whole story is our other roommate, James Stone.
Oh, damn.
Richard Foster,
Oh,
you are the
damn.
reason I do not like Silk anymore.
I want this story later.
I want the story
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Richard Foster, we're sorry.
Where
that
you at?
He got all upset
Yeah.
about that.
Richard Foster, yeah,
We got a lot of comments.
yeah.
Because it's
Money,
cold outside,
honey,
everybody
same
at
thing.
home.
It draws bees. Ooh, Mimi.
She said that.
She
Oh.
said that. I love that.
How was she when she opened her legs? Oh Lord. Yeah, Paul, that's some good music. Hey Renita, thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching.
See? You see the thing about it? Cute things I just be flapping my gums. I be like,
What you talking about, Mo? Show
Yeah.
Mo.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Mo, you got to turn it though, Mo, so I can
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What I'm supposed to see?
Yeah. See? Yeah.
All I'm saying is, baby, the big girl rules. Bam. 30 years later, 20 years later, 10 years later. What the hell am I saying?
I'm just.
See, you know what? You're going to make me go home and just take a good shot is what you're going to do. Make me go home
I'm
and
gonna
drink
tell you
some
right
Jack.
now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Don't be bullshit.
They, women, I will give it to them. The pussy is. There's power in the pussy.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
it is.
I will hands down.
I love the P word. I'm sorry.
I
love-
admit it. There is power in the pussy.
Power.
Yes.
I give it to you. But do not underestimate.
The power to be.
Yes. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now. You have a brother hit that back wall, just right.
I told you I lost weight. That's it.
I remember that story.
Yes, I
remember that
lost
story.
weight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't get it
He
twisted.
came back from New York. He was like,
Now
damn,
I
I'm like
started
you in off season.
all records. Y'all see this, right? Now I'm just sitting there listening to this.
I'm just telling you.
Oh no, it's so funny because during our show, some people will, text my husband and say, "Did you hear what she said?" He's like, "Did she tell them the story about the condo again?" He's like, "Did you tell them the story about when she lost weight because he's up there?" Yeah, I know. That.
You know, we have to share our stories of some of the shit that we did when you was sprung.
Well, I sprung. Woo.
She's
She's never been sprung though.
You ain't never been sprung before?
I did have one that caused me to lose weight. That was a depression.
But see,
So-
mine was happy. I was happy doing something
But you know what? No, pre-internet days, and because
Oh,
my
my
parents have had
God.
the same phone number to this day, I've had people call my parents and be like, Missy, hey, how you doing? Blah blah. It's so and so. You remember me? How's Stephanie doing? Oh, did I just say my name? Oh shit.
You did.
But you know that has happened multiple
And-
times,
and
and then I've run into people at my job and done this. No, you don't know me. No, you don't ring a bell. Because of dudes.
And I would tell anybody this: you don't believe me, you don't believe my cell phone number the same. Go check our high school yearbook where I signed it. And you can call that same number today.
Hey, Irene's Kitchen open today.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I want to go to Ida Claire.
What?
Really?
Where's that?
In Addison, off of Belline? Oh my God.
My damn
It's
son.
right across from the Improv in Addison. Oh my God. Ida Claire? Yeah.
I declare. Do they have eclairs? What's going on?
No, it's I have to. It's my accent. I'm saying it incorrectly. It's Ida, like the name
Ida
Claire.
Claire.
Ida Claire.
Yes, Ida Claire.
Now, what is that, Reggie?
It's in Addison, off of Beltline, directly across the street from
Addison Improv.
Addison Improv.
So
You know that
the only time I've
Magic
ever gone
Time
to
Machine?
Addison is
It's
for
right next to the
Oktoberfest.
Magic Time Machine.
Okay. What
And
kind
I
of food
could-
is it?
Yeah.
And I
They
ain't
have-
never been back to that nasty place since I took my daughter there for her birthday.
What place?
Oktoberfest.
No.
Oh.
The time machine.
Time Machine, yeah.
That nasty. Oh my God.
That Time Machine been there forever though. That was
I
there when
know.
we was in high school.
I know that
But-
was. I always begged to go for my birthday, and then I finally took my daughter for hers, and I was like, oh my God. Oh,
And you know, you
sticky,
done,
nasty.
you done booked me up. You booked me up the weekend. I said, okay, I think I'm gonna celebrate my birthday. You booked me up,
Mhm.
so I think I'm gonna do a dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe on the 9th.
Okay.
When is
I'm
yours
thinking
again?
so. I think it's one of the Hard Rock Cafe.
16. I sent you the invite.
February.
My birthday is not on the 16th. I'm having a party on the 16th.
Look, hold up.
I said okay.
Yeah.
February.
You worse than a flight attendant. You know that. You is like for real, and you left-handed.
Mhm.
Softball.
That's
Now
my
you,
birthday right
yeah,
there.
the only person that has an excuse that has to drive is Q, because it's on the south side of town.
Right.
Yep, I know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet I am.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Mhm.
And that's mine. It's right there.
Now actually,
Oh,
that,
I meant to put party.
yeah, because my actual birthday is right there. That's
On President's
eight-
Day?
Yeah.
18th. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Because her birthday's on 16th. Hey, did y'all do Juneteenth yet? You got the Juneteenth calendar out?
What were you said you said something for Juneteenth. What did you?
The International
hair show.
Hair Show.
You said that was in July.
No, baby, it's in June.
See, this
That's a
right
June.
here, though.
That's why you got a calendar. Thank you so much.
supposed to be
It's on my
in
calendar in my phone. It's on my calendar. I know in my phone.
No,
Really?
So it was June. It was June last year.
Well, I was up there. What's in July? Nothing.
Hot hell, July the 4th.
No,
Oh, no,
No,
right
no.
now I'm working.
We was talking about doing something in
Texas,
July.
it's the Greek picnic. The Greek picnic
Uh-oh.
is in July.
We was talking about something in July.
Sunday.
We was talking about New Orleans. Is what we was talking
That
about.
July is Essence Festival. March is the Jazz Festival.
Jazz Fest was in March. Okay.
Yeah, Jazz Fest
I know
was in
Essence is the July 4th weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hey, listen. If y'all want to hear, if you want us to hear your voice, call us up at 214-717-4827. YouTube on YouTube as well, you guys. Thank you so much for watching us as well. Facebook, y'all know we having a good time. Huh?
Fat Tuesdays in March this year.
March 2nd, right?
Fit.
Wait a minute, when is Mardi Gras?
Starts.
I thought March 2nd. Oh my goodness.
I was just looking for Ash Wednesday, and I'm like, oh,
Because
it's in.
40 days. gonna keep
Jazz
it.
Fest the last weekend in April, first weekend in May. Shimmy said.
Oh, okay.
Last weekend. Yep.
Okay.
Because
Oh, that sound
she's
like
my
fun,
NOLA
though.
Connect.
Okay. I go down
New
there.
Orleans so bad.
I just
I
know.
just need to go down there.
I just know this. Jazz Festival is a warm up for Essence.
Right.
That's all it is. It's a warm up for Essence. They work out all the kinks during the Jazz Festival.
Okay,
That's
Reggie,
what
can
they
you
do.
go to the Newport Jazz Festival for me first, so I know what to do?
Newport.
Newport.
What the
Newport,
hell?
Newport News,
It's
Virginia.
in, yeah.
It's in Virginia. I need you to go.
Oh, fuck, that's above the Mason-Dixon line. Nope.
It's above. You want to go above the Mason-Dixon line? You
Hell no, it's cold.
Not doing
No, it's cold. Anything above the Mason-Dixon line, Hendrix does not do. It's cold. No.
Isn't it in Newport they have the Wild Stallions? Where's the Wild Stallions? Or is that in South Carolina?
Is that a group or something?
We got 1 minute. left.
No, it's actually Wild Stallions. And right now they
I remember
are.
that from Bill and Ted's. Excellent adventure.
But right now they're actually fighting off a disease that's killing them off. So I'm
Okay, can you go to Montreal Jazz Festival first?
I can go to Montreal. Yeah, I can go to Montreal.
Okay, go to
When is that one?
Let me find it. Hold on.
When is that one?
When is Jazz Festival in Houston?
Ooh. Okay, April 25th is Santana down there in New Orleans Jazz Festival.
Woo-hoo! That's what I'm talking about. See, they be doing stuff on the low.
Oh, Santana's so good.
They be
Why
doing
is
stuff.
Katy Perry gonna be at the Jazz Festival?
standing by.
Who the hell wants Katy Perry at a Jazz Festival?
Mm-hmm.
They have to.
Who?
They have to. Okay.
Katy Perry?
Okay, 5, 4, 3.
2 and
One.
live.
Hey, welcome back, y'all. Q got a mouthful of donuts, Krispy Kreme.
At least
I
they're
know
not
Yeah.
full of nothing else.
Let me
The
tell you
Rolling
something.
Stones?
Whatever I
They've
put
been
in
to
my
Jazz
mouth
Festival?
is my business. You understand me?
That's true. So the Rolling Stones gonna be at the Jazz
And I ain't
Festival?
gonna put nothing in my mouth that ain't a mouthful.
That's just nasty on so
Well.
many different levels. But I'm gonna be alright.
Miss Sunshine,
Yes.
you took my show order and just folded it up. I guess we are at the end of the
Oh,
show.
I'm sorry. Here you go. My bad.
No,
My
you
bad.
good. Okay, so check this out. You
Got
guys,
15 minutes left.
thank you so much for watching the show on today. Listen, please share this video with your friends and your family and stuff like that. Comment, and also you can reach us on YouTube as well. Please like our YouTube page, and we'll definitely put a link out there in a little bit. And also make sure that you following us on Snapchat as well and Twitter. I don't. When's the last time
Instagram.
we tweeted?
It's been a minute.
No.
Yeah,
We tweet. Because anytime anything goes on Facebook, Instagram, it automatically goes to Twitter.
Okay, so we're still tweeting. So make sure
Yeah,
you
we
follow us.
tweeting.
Follow us at the Gas, right?
Yeah.
DAGAS on Twitter, and of course Instagram. Mash the Gas. Let's give the people some encouraging words on today. Mo, I'll start with you since you was the one late. Because you was late, you know, and I know you're gonna use the donuts as an excuse for being late because what you failed to tell us that you was probably letting the manager have it at 9:35.
Oh.
So you supposed to be at 9:30.
Oh no, you mean okay.
You know where her mind went? Baby, he's the manager of a donut place. He can't do nothing. Although I do like the managers of Krispy Kreme. Anyway, the positive word for today is to keep on keeping on. Even
That's
when life
good.
knocks you down, keep on keeping on.
That's good, Mom.
Because I got devastated today. I got knocked down 1-2 punch, but I kept on.
You kept on, Mom.
Mm.
No, thank you so much for keeping on, Mo. I'm glad to see you today. You know, anytime that I talk to Mo during the week, I know she's gonna be here. So you know, Miss Sunshine, what you got?
I hate him so much.
Inner reflection. If you have to tear somebody else down in order to build yourself up, take a look at yourself. How low are you really?
Mm.
Wow.
And if you got to tear somebody else down in order to build them up, you got a long way to go.
That's good, Miss Sunshine.
Mm.
So,
Don't be going around here tearing folks down, Miss Sunshine. You hear me? But
shoot,
that's-
a lot
that's
of people
good,
be
though.
doing it for them damn selves.
I mean-
They don't need no help.
You know, the people, they need to take accountability for the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and so, yeah, I'm with that. That's good, Miss Sunshine. Bro, what you got?
So I'm gonna say this, and it kind of piggybacks off of Miss Sunshine, but I'm gonna say this: make sure. No, let me rephrase this. If you have a problem with everybody, chances are you are the problem.
Absolutely.
Make sure in 2019, make sure you exercise and use your insurance benefits because they do cover mental health.
And
Absolutely.
Get right
Make
with yourself.
sure
Absolutely.
you get right with yourself because your mind is a very dangerous thing. You can use it
Powerful.
it can be dangerous and it can create and motivate and it can destroy you at the same time. So
Absolutely.
you have to learn how to use that tool in a constructive manner. Do not let your mind go to waste. Get you some help, and when you get help, make sure that you're open and honest with whoever you seek help with. I know most people think, especially in the black community, oh, I ain't going to see no shrink or psychiatrist. No, you need to go.
Absolutely.
You need to go and seek help because with a lot of the stuff we dealing with, honestly, you can be a better person if you seek a little help. The strongest person in the world is going to always need some help. Every leader has help. whether you want to believe it or
I
not.
hope 45 is listening to that. Hold up.
You ain't studying us.
Look,
You ain't
you
studying
know
us.
what? I'm not gonna talk about 45, but I am gonna represent 44,
Amen.
and it's this custom made New Orleans Saints jersey. But you know, go Saints, who that nation. But at the end of the day, you look at President Obama. Michelle is a beast by herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's a beast by herself.
By herself.
And he's standing and he the man. But if this is the woman that he's chosen, fellas, think about that. The mate that you choose says a lot about you.
Absolutely. You gave two good points in one.
Yeah.
You did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 for.
A twofer.
Yeah.
A twofer.
Twofer. Yes, sir.
Let me see. What can I say that's positive today? I have some positive, Mo. Let me see. It's take the time to heal. Take the time to
Okay,
heal.
that's really good.
You know,
people don't.
Yeah, because I think that the more that people rush themselves into trying to, like Mo, my heart always goes out to you when I see you post on Facebook about your parents, you know, and different ways that you say, you know, how can you tell me how to grieve, you know, with different things like that, you know. I think that if us as people take the time to grieve a relationship or you know, heal ourselves up from whatever it is. Whatever it is, you know, I think that we will be better people because when you're taking the time to heal, you're taking the time to process what you need to process. And all of us process things differently.
And at a different pace.
Right, and a different pace. And, you know, that's another thing. No, don't let anybody rush you into, you know, getting the help and getting the things straightened out in your own mind. You know what's best for you. Nobody can speak up to say, no, this ain't what that is. Listen. If nobody listens to you, or whatever the case it is, then you find the closest therapist or you find the closest life coach, anybody that you can talk to vent your frustration or vent what's going on, you know, because we don't want any more incidents where people are starting to snap at work or snap at a football game or, you know, things could go on. Sleeping with somebody else's husband or wife, you know, reaching out to different sources that causes calamity. You know, and so I think that, you know, take the time to heal. You know, it's all right. We all gonna go through pain, and because we are human, you know, pain is destined for us, whether it's physical or otherwise. You know, and so let's just take the time to follow the example of our physical body. When we hurt it, it heals in time. You know,
and got to rest.
And got to rest.
You got to rest to heal.
You gotta rest. And my next, I guess, little encouragement would be for Miss Mo Swag. Thank you so much for coming, Mo, today. And again, if we hadn't said congratulations for being the Party Awards 2018 recipient for the best female host, I want to say it to you again. You know, and I'm saying that.
Thank you, 10 people for voting.
Gotta give yourself more credit, Mo. You gotta give yourself more credit.
I'm done with you.
I'm serious. I was like, wow.
Gotta give yourself more credit.
Y'all know I was talking about taking the time to heal, right? Sometimes you have to be slow to anger before you can start cussing people out and shit. But good job, Mo. And yeah, I want to thank, you know, everybody for watching on today again on Facebook, YouTube land, the After Party Radio. Thank you so much for following us on today. Listen, on next
Still
week.
got 6 minutes, so
We
slow
got
your roll.
Yeah, but I know. Well, I was about to talk about something else, Miss Sunshine.
I'm just saying, you
So we
like
can run
rushing.
out. So we can run out 6 minutes real quick. I want to go back to some of these comments.
Okay, so.
I'm gonna go back to some of these comments real quick that we were receiving during our conversation. Now, real quick here, let me see. Mary, she says, "Now Mo is just too funny, but I'm with you, Mo. There's nothing like a good piece of meat."
Oh my. No, Miss Mary, I didn't say that.
Well, she
I was
typed
just
it.
saying you can just fake it. It's just not, you know, it's not about the meat. It's about the, you know.
Why do I even
You know
talk to you?
what?
What?
Since
why
we
do-
going back to that,
Yeah, because about the sex.
I had posted on my Facebook a while back about Walmart carrying sex toys.
Are they really?
A woman in El Paso was recently arrested for trying out the sex toys in Walmart. So maybe not buy those at Walmart.
Walmart sells sex toys?
Oh, hell
Since
yeah.
when?
I don't know, but yeah.
Now listen, let me tell y'all something. Don't buy your sex stuff from the Walmart
Don't
store.
buy it from the Walmart.
Go on and go over there to Cindy's or Zone
Sarah's
Erotica or wherever it
Secrets.
is you go. Don't buy your toys out of Walmart.
Adam and Eve.
You know,
Garden of Eden.
whatever. You just don't buy your sex toys from Walmart because
No.
let me tell you something. If you can't say that your vagina is priceless when you buy discounted toys. You know, so you can't be doing that. You can't say that your prices, but then you walking around here with your coochie sore because you done put something in it you weren't supposed to.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
You mean
Mom.
like those people who try those? Okay. Oh, you can help me with this, Miss Erotica. Come on. Okay, so these women are putting things in their vagina to tighten them up.
A lot of those are
Okay, this is my
I
thing.
just got scary.
BS.
I just
If
got
y'all,
scared.
how?
the vagina in itself is fine. Look, let me get all Dr. Ruth on you. If you can push a 10-pound baby out your vagina and it's nice size, it can take a
Well,
What is up with that?
I don't understand why they doing that. Why are they putting stuff up there, stuff to tighten it up? My take on it, if your stuff is so wide, or it's hauled out, or if you can speak down there and you can hear echoes, then stop using it. Stop it.
It's time
Well, you
to
know,
shut it
now,
down.
let me
Shut
tell
it
you, now
down.
you know that
Shut it down.
there are some guys who like loose booty.
What's loose booty? What does that mean?
Well, I mean, I don't want to say.
Loose.
I don't want to say bad. I'm sorry. I don't want to say
Sorry,
bad.
and I, as a woman, I can't see the
Boy,
pleasure in
let me
that.
tell you something.
Well,
Anytime
they
that you look,
like let's put it
they
like
like
this.
they ground
like-
meat look.
Yeah, they like
Was that disgusting? I'm sorry.
worn down shoes. Let's put it that way. They like
I don't
worn
even
down,
like the way
ran
that
over
They
sounds.
Some
do,
men
but
like
it's
that.
the truth.
I don't even like the
But
way
you know,
that sounds.
some men like hairy legs.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't get it, but to each his own. Because
Okay.
you know, we had remember our science teacher in high school.
Which one?
How the hell can y'all
The
get
yellow.
back in high
If
school?
you like the
the
worn
one-
out shoe,
yeah,
I ain't
The one that I didn't like, the one that I got into every day. I need
But
something about.
she
was
had-
hairy.
She had hairy legs,
Sure did.
and it was because her husband liked her legs hairy.
You know what?
Was he paying the bill?
Shimmy,
Yeah.
hush.
All right, then.
We talking about equate rabbits. You know, the rabbits are the little vibrators
Yeah.
or whatever that they make. She's talking about Walmart brand vibrators.
And you know what? Seriously, if you want to increase your vaginal muscles,
He's
He's
not
not
using
using it.
No, Kegel exercise.
No, don't use it.
and get you some Kegel balls or Benoit balls as
Yeah.
some call
Here
them.
you go.
Well, Mo,
if you
if
got
she
to
wanna
put
use
something in your vagina to make it smaller,
It's not to make it smaller. It's
or
to
tighter, make it
exercise.
tighter.
It's
Because a lot
it's
of
a
times
muscle, Mo.
when you having sex, you know, and you like to tighten up on his.
See, this is what I got a problem with. You worried about the size of your vagina, and you got 6 stomachs. You worried about the size of your vaginas, and your arms are flags in the wind. Why don't you take
Let me tell you something. It don't matter if you got 6 thumbs and your arm is swinging with kite.
Some men like that.
But you got to have a good puncher. You know, stuff got to go right.
No, I'm trying to tell you that blood pressure medication need to be taken, and stop worrying about your coochie.
Mo, the only reason why you saying this because you like missionary. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. That's the only position. That's what you gonna stay in. That's the only reason why you don't understand it, Mo.
See, this is what it is.
Bring Mo some of them boudin balls. I mean, what kind of balls you call them?
Benoit
Benoit balls.
or Kegel balls. your doctor, some doctors
Let
prescribe
me tell you one thing. When I had to go to the doctor.
It's
and
12
she-
o'clock.
Oh, okay, good. And she tried to go up. I said, woo, we don't do that. She was like, you act like you've never had sex like that before. I said, I haven't, especially not with a woman and with no silver thing going up my booty. So I'm sorry.
Oh goodness! All
Catch
right,
us on
y'all.
next week's show.
Catch us on next week right here at the After Party Radio Side B, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is your boy Q with the MTG crew. We'll see you on next week.